Chase Rankin stepping forward, and
So we can take those on radio too. So
all right, we'll step aside for a break. We'll be back with more on the Wolverine Sports Network.
He's going to keep the football. Drive for the goal line. It's a touchdown! The Wolverines have won it on the final play of the game. Touchdown East. A Wolverine walk-off winner.
Ostrowski, the righty, winds and deals. Strike three! It's a perfect game! Tate Ostrowski has thrown a perfect game for the Wolverines!
Piper back to throw. Has time. Looking for the end zone, and what is it called? Touchdown! It is a touchdown for the Wolverines with 7 seconds to play.
Rose City has won the President's Athletic Conference Championship. Rose City wins the PAC. The Cinderella story is alive.
Piper takes the snap. Looking to throw. Fires downfield. Frazier made the catch and scored the touchdown to win it for the Wolverines.
This afternoon on the Wolverine Sports Network, the Grove City College football team brings down the curtain on the 2025 home schedule as the Wolverines host Saint Vincent in President's Athletic Conference play. Kickoff coming up at the top of the hour, but first it's time once again for the Andrew DiDonato Show. Hi everybody, Ryan Briggs here, along with Grove City College head football coach Andrew DiDonato. This week's show, as always, brought to you by Valvoline Express Care and Car Wash in Grove City, located on North Broad Street. Coach DiDonato, welcome back. Always great to be with you.
Great to be with you, Briggsy.
The Grove City College football team extending its win streak to 4 games last week. A defensive battle, to say the least, with Westminster. The Wolverines pulling out a 14-7 victory. And, Coach, it was kind of the type of game everybody thought it would be, a defensive battle, low scoring, field position, all the kind of the game within the game types of things. And ultimately, the Wolverines coming out on top, a hard-fought win over a very good opponent.
Yeah, their head coach and I, Scott Benzel, were talking before the game, and right before we parted, we said, here will be another another nail biter, which it always is versus Grove City Westminster, and sure did it shake out to be exactly that. It's been pretty special here. Really, if you look back since 2018, just the amazing football games that have come right down to the final play, final drive, fourth quarter, and the games have looked different. Some have been high scoring, some have been low scoring. I think. For a lot of different circumstances leading into this game, looking at it, you expected it to be a defensive game, and with both teams being so experienced on that side of the ball and not as experienced as on offense, and wow, it certainly was that, and just so proud of our guys to find a way to pull out a hard-fought victory.
And there are so many places to start in terms of talking about the game, but I think I'll start one place. And remember, there's an old adage in sports about victory favors the team that makes the fewest mistakes.
Yep.
The Wolverines were +2 in turnovers, 1 penalty for 10 yards. And kind of we're always thinking of not beating yourself, and to have 1 penalty. Not that Westminster was flag filled either. 5 flags for 33 yards. A very clean game from that standpoint both ways. But the fact that 1 penalty, and there was the 1 turnover, but you got 3 takeaways, certainly that played a big part in Saturday's game.
Yeah, I've talked about it before. We did a really huge study that I did after our 2022 season. Just at that point, we had yet to crack through and win a conference title, and we looked at really our games against the top teams in this league. What decides it? And it was pretty amazing what we found. But what you just mentioned is one of the biggest factors. That when you come into a tight football game, things like turnovers, sacks, those things are going to be the deciding factor in most cases of who ends up winning the football game. So, and that's the beautiful part of, we've had it many times against CMU where it becomes a defensive struggle, and that changes then how you call things, how you kind of what sort of things are going to play into the end result, and how do we make sure that we come on top of these certain categories which are going to lead to who wins, who loses. And our defense was just absolutely incredible, and got those few takeaways. Keegan Frazier, obviously the highlight, 2 picks, but probably the biggest play of the game was that interception that set us up to go in and make it 14-7. And just so proud of it's one thing to be in position to make plays, but it's a whole nother to make them in the biggest moments, and just so proud of our defense to do that. And I think the turnovers certainly were, I think, the deciding factor.
As Coach referenced, Keegan Frazier Well, that's his second interception. The first one came late in the first quarter on a deep throw. He rotated over, made the pick at the 1-yard line. And then in the fourth quarter, game tied at 7, Westminster in its own end. He intercepts a pass at the 40, and then weaving through traffic, takes it to the 18. Handful of plays later, Chase Rankin scores from 7 yards out with 6:49 to go to make it to make the score 14-7. Keegan Frazier, this week's PAC Defensive Player of the Week. And after the game, he got to conduct the band, so to speak, kind of the tradition there. But he was interviewed by regional TV as the player of the game and everything. But you could just tell that every single guy on that sideline, coach, player, staff, etc., they were very happy for the win, and they were very happy for a senior who's waited his turn to come up big in the biggest moment.
How you just ended that is exactly perfect. It's a young man who waited his turn and then made the biggest play in the biggest moment. Kind of reminds me of Shea Aiken a few years ago at CMU, where he got his first start and made 2 interceptions and our first win against the top 15 team, and now Keegan Frazier, who was just has been battling his junior and senior year for time and on the field in various aspects, but not in a set starting role on defense just until recently here in his senior year. And you talk about a young man that has just waited his turn, never complains, never makes excuses, just works to get better at what he does. And then when an opportunity presents itself, wow, he's in position to make the most of it. And you mentioned another guy in there, Chase Rankin. I think it's fitting that, Keegan Frazier, the Defensive Player of the Week, Chase with a touchdown run, Seth McGordy a touchdown catch. All these guys very similar. Obviously the other two are juniors, Keegan's a senior, but all guys who've waited their turn, never complain, never make excuses, just work at what they do, and then in very big moments make big plays. And obviously Keegan being the highlight of that. Those are the guys you're just so proud. You're proud of everyone, but how you carry yourself through adversity and then to get to have those special moments, just so proud of them.
It was scoreless at the half, thanks in part to a defensive stop at the end of the first half. Westminster elected to not go for a potential field goal. Wolverines forcing a turnover on downs, then kneeing out the clock. Scoreless at halftime. The Wolverines come out, and a quarterback change. Went to a guy I think also could be classified with Keegan Frazier.
I was going to say that next. I was like, I'm sure we're going to talk about Ethan later, but he's another one I was going to put in that category.
Ethan Wiley comes out of the bullpen, and unfortunately his first pass went to a guy wearing white. Intercepted, but the Wolverine defense comes up with a stop. The big 4th down sack by Dave Cower and Nick Clemens to end that threat. And then 2 plays later, Seth McGordy gets behind the defense, and Ethan Wiley puts it on the money, 61 yards, 7-0. And he had to be obviously thrilled to get the lead, but for Ethan to have about as bad of a debut or bad of a start coming out, to bounce back and make really what was one of the key plays in the game.
Yeah, just so many things there to comment on. Number one, before I get to Ethan, just say, I as much as the turnovers were so important, I thought that was a pivotal moment that our defense play was lights out all game, but it's a tough situation to be put in as a defense. You come out second half, you throw a pick to start, they got it on the plus side of the field, just really put the defense in a tough spot, and for them to deliver there and get us the ball right back, that was massive. But I think about Ethan, wow. We talk about focus on your vision, not your circumstance. That first play, it couldn't have gone as bad. It's just the reality. We turned it over, and now they got the ball on the plus side of the field. But the next pass I called was, something that is the deepest throw you could make in our offense. And for him to and he stood in the pocket, took a hit. He didn't, very easily could have abandoned the pocket. He could have, he stood in there, delivered a beautiful pass, for him to respond that way after that start, that's a big thing of what makes Ethan special. He truly didn't let the previous play affect the most current one he was in, and then made from the offensive standpoint, the play of the game from the offensive standpoint to give us a chance to win this game, and just so proud of how he responded and then led us in that second half.
There's an interview with him after the game, and it was posted on one of the local sports radio stations. They have a Facebook page, and it was on there. And last I checked, like 20,000 views and about 200 likes and loves, because he's a local guy just from up the road at Mercer, and just all the people from not just Mercer, but the surrounding area that knew him through football or track, or they know him through whatever, and just everybody. Talk about a guy that people just really like and respect for who he is as a person, let alone his what he can do physically in a football uniform or throwing the javelin in track. I think to see that, just how respected and that people just really think the people outside of this campus feel the same way about him as we do here.
Yeah, I think it's something to note that for all of us that people are always watching us. And what I'm saying but what I mean by that is you just never know who you can impact just by how you carry yourself, or give someone a smile, or just give someone a nice gesture. And why I say that is, Ethan was voted a captain going into this season, never starting. I mean, he was behind Logan Pfeiffer, a great quarterback. We had 3 stars, but to be voted captain when you weren't a starter the previous year is not something that happens very often. But what it shows you is, and when we vote captains, the players select. So it's not like it's just 100% what your peers say of you. But the reason his peers elected him as captain is what was reflected in that game Saturday, how he carries himself. He doesn't get down. He's never negative. He's always positive, always just kind of, hey, I'm ready to. All he does is encourage everybody else, even after an interception, completely positive, doesn't come to the sideline and complain or throw a helmet. Positive, focused on the next thing, encouraging guys, and then throws a touchdown pass. Well, that's how he's carried himself for 4 years, and that's why he was voted captain. I think that's why he's getting all those likes. Just a very likable person because he's positive, never complains, never negative, and I think that frame of mind is what allowed him to be successful making that throw after the first drive that he was in.
Something that also can be classified as always positive, never negative, the special teams performance Saturday. There were 11 total kicks in the game, 8 punts, 3 kickoffs. I know you would like to have had a couple more kickoffs and a couple fewer punts, but that's how it shook out. But Westminster, with its dangerous platoon of return men, 8 total return yards between kickoffs and punts. The special teams unit, the Brady Lane kicking and punting, the coverage units, everything. An 11-man unit working as one and really neutralizing Westminster's outstanding return game.
Yeah, I mean, they have, I believe, the best return game in the conference. So, just Coach Brest, an amazing job, him, leading, and then the rest of the staff involved in special teams. And, it does start with Brady Lane. The way he can punt and kick a football changes a lot of things. Obviously, we've seen him put it through the end zone, but Westminster against Case took a 107-yard kick return because they went deep into the end zone, caught it anyway, and ran it out. So, we go to a different style of kick, and he executes that flawlessly. Great hang time on the punts. Just directional punting, just all the little nuances that for a freshman, what he understands and what he's capable of doing and the different types of kicks required, and just an amazing job. And you mentioned just the coverage units, but just. It starts with Brady and everyone that supports that, and wow, that's a huge reason why you win a close football game is great special teams, and that was on display.
And another guy that we haven't necessarily talked a lot about, which is probably a good thing in his position, your long snapper, Derek Lambert, who handles second year doing it, the kicks and the punts, and came here as a wide receiver by trade, especially on punts, where your first guy down there is a guy, generally your wide receivers are among the faster guys on the team, and certainly Derek, who every time the team runs out, does the backflip and stuff, showing his athleticism to be able to do a standing backflip in a full football uniform. That's saying something. But having him his snaps and to be able to get downfield and be the first guy down there certainly is something that you can't that is not an automatic necessarily at some places.
Yeah, ever since Coach Brest got here, special teams coordinator, one of the things we talk about all the time, we're always evaluating is snap to kick time. And obviously the long snapper has a huge part of that. We have to have a certain threshold we meet in punt. We have to have a certain threshold we meet in extra point field goals. And, we track that every single day, every single practice. And, when we got to the game film of reviewing this game after it, and man, the snap to kick times were flawless, and they were coming after it, and they were getting pressure. But it starts with the snap, and then obviously Brady's execution after he gets the snap from Derek. But the snap to kick time was huge in getting things off. And then you mentioned the added element of just his speed getting down there. Having someone that is in the face of the returner. Derek's had a phenomenal couple-year run here as our long snapper, and that was a huge reason again why I feel we won the special teams battle on Saturday.
Grove City won the special teams battle. Grove City won the overall battle, 14-7 over Westminster. The Wolverines now 5-2 overall, 4-1 on the PAC, winners of 4 straight. Today, Grove City looks to make it a 5-game win streak as the Wolverines host Saint Vincent. It is senior day at Thorn Field. We'll talk about Grove City's senior class. We'll talk about the Bearcats, all that and much, much more here on the Andrew D. Donato Show. But first, we'll take a break. Here's Joe Anderko with this week's PAC Football Report. This is the Wolverines Sports Network. This week's pregame show, as always, brought to you by Valvoline Express Care and Car Wash in Grove City.
Welcome to the PAC Football Report for November 1st, 2025. I'm Joe Underko. This week we will take a quick look back at last Saturday's gridiron action in the President's Athletic Conference, while also previewing Week 9 contests this weekend. Washington and Jefferson stayed unbeaten in PAC play while setting an NCAA D3 single-game record for completion percentage in a 56-0 home shutout of Waynesburg. 3 teams remain one game back in the loss column, including Grove City, which posted its 4th straight win in a 14-7 defensive slugfest versus Westminster. Geneva improved to 5-1 in PAC play for the first time ever, after posting a 75-28 homecoming win over Bethany. Case Western Reserve also stayed a game back after rolling at Teal 55-7. Finally, Allegheny recorded a 28-13 victory at Hiram. Saint Vincent had the weekend off. Offensive PAC Player of the Week laurels in Week 8 went to W&J senior quarterback Kellen Stahl, who completed an NCAA D3 record 96% of his passes by going 27 for 28 for 408 yards and 5 TDs at Waynesburg. Defensive recognition went to Grove City senior free safety Keegan Frazier with a pair of key interceptions along with 5 tackles versus Westminster. Special teams honors went to Case Western Reserve junior kicker Gabe Petrozzi, who made all 8 of his kicks at Teal, including a 50-yard field goal, the longest in the PAC since 2014. Newcomer of the week was Allegheny freshman quarterback Nick Barker, who came off the bench to post 2 TD passes in the win at Hiram. The Week 9 conference schedule again features 5 league games, while Geneva has the bye. The game of the week features 4-2-1 Case Western Reserve traveling to Washington to face 5-2 W&J at Cameron Stadium at 6 p.m., in a game that will go a long way toward determining the 2025 PAC football champion. W&J narrowly leads the all-time series 13-11 dating back to 1970 and has won the last 2 meetings, including a 34-21 final in Cleveland last season. President head coach Mike Sirianni previews the key conference matchup.
We look at this as the best team we played so far. I mean, they like you said, they started like we did. They played some two tough non-conference opponents, and they actually played them really tough. They're going to present us with a ton of challenges, and we got to be up to them.
4-3 Westminster returns home to Bury Stadium in New Wilmington as the Titans host 3-5 Allegheny at 1 p.m. It's the 63rd all-time meeting between the programs, with the Titans holding a narrow 31-26-5 advantage. Last season, Westminster rolled past the Gators 42-7 in Meadville. However, veteran Titan head coach Scott Benzel notes his squad will be facing a much-improved Allegheny team this weekend.
What we see is a well-coached, very talented group, especially in the skill positions. We got to get back to doing the things that we do well, particularly on the offensive side of the ball, which is run the ball and play great defense. 3-4 Hiram will look to even its season mark when the Terriers host 0-7 Teal at Henry Field in Hiram at 1 p.m. The teams have played 32 times in a series dating back to 1914, but have not met on the gridiron since the 1989 season, when Hiram posted a 24-23 victory. First-year Hiram head coach Xavier Dupree knows that a win Saturday will give his program their first 4-win season in a decade, but is focused on looking forward rather than back.
I think the kids, they definitely see the progress and they believe in what we're doing. They are seeing the fruits of their labor. They're seeing the success, and they're excited. We're excited.
In other Week 9 contests, 5-2 Grove City will look for its 5th straight win as the Wolverines host 2-5 Saint Vincent at Thorn Field in Grove City at 1 p.m. The Wolverines hold a 14-6 all-time advantage against the Bearcats and have won 8 straight in the series, with the last Saint Vincent victory over GCC being a 57-32 final in 2016. Finally, 2-6 Waynesburg travels to West Virginia to face 0-7 Bethany at Bison Stadium at 1 p.m. It's the 63rd all-time meeting in a series that dates back to 1899. The Yellow Jackets have won the last 4 meetings, including a 34-14 final in Waynesburg last year. That's all for this edition of the PAC Football Report. Log on to the conference website at www.pacathletics.org all season long for the latest news, scores, statistics, and other league information. You can also follow us on social media via X, Facebook, and Instagram. Links are available at the PAC website. I'm Joe Underko. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you at the stadium.
Express, Karen Car Wash of Grove City. Drive in, drive out. Frenchak here at the Valvoline Express Care and Car Wash of Grove City. Experience. We're all about experience. The experience of our expert quick lube techs and also the experience we provide you with every oil change. You can go anywhere for an oil change, but you come here to the Valvoline Express Care and Car Wash of Grove City for the experience. Drive in, drive out. It's that easy. The Valvoline Express Care and Car Wash of Grove City.
Welcome back to the Andrew DiDonato Show here on the Wolverine Sports Network. Ryan Briggs here with Grove City College head football coach Andrew DiDonato. Coach, the Grove City Wolverines hosting Saint Vincent today. The Bearcats coming to town. 2-5 overall, a team that has done a lot of good things this year, a team that has really put up some big numbers offensively. A new head coach this year in Casey Goff. I guess, and we'll start there with Coach Goff and so forth. How different is St. Vincent this year compared to the last few years in terms of X's and O's? Is it a lot of different stuff, or is it relatively unchanged? I'm sure their terminology and so forth is much different, but from your standpoint, is it a drastically different opponent or not?
Yeah, it is in a lot of ways. Obviously they're throwing they've always had good quarterbacks there, but they're throwing it more than ever. Obviously, Jake Phillips, especially early in the year, and then it was continued, but just really amazing numbers, and really do a great job featuring Chris Downs, their number one target, and then the supporting targets accordingly. Run game looks very similar. They have a very good running back, and how they utilize him, reminds me of what we've seen from St. Vincent in the past. Defensively, way more multiple. In the past, St. Vincent, you kind of knew what defense they'd run. You'd see it on film, and you'd probably see a very similar defense. Maybe they'd have a different blitz to throw at you, but the overall structure of the defense is the same. But, we're looking at a defense that, I felt played three different defenses. Some similar trends, but as far as the front they give you, what they did against W&J, then Case, then Bethany over 3 weeks was three different things. So that's what I mean by where they're different. Schematically, I think defensively way more multiple than they've been in the past in previous staffs, and then offensively I think they've really done a good job featuring the players they want to get the ball to. So just some things to note about this St. Vincent football team.
You mentioned Chris Downs, the junior receiver out of Gambrillis, Maryland. 55 catches, 996 yards this year. No doubt the Wolverines will try to slow him down, but he'll probably go over the 1,000-yard mark on Saturday. But at 6'1", 175, it seems like he is sometimes you get receivers that are one-trick ponies or whatever. It seems like he's a guy that can beat you deep, can beat you short, and in the intermediate.
Yeah, you don't put up that many yards and not even a full season without being able to do it all. He can make every catch, but I think where he stands out most is you have that many yards because just his ability to make the big play. In a lot of their games, you just see him getting behind everybody, and Jake Phillips putting the ball in stride and making big plays to him. So, yep, he can do it all, and the biggest thing you got to do with a guy like that is he's going to have his catches, but just make sure they're in front of you.
Jake Phillips, the quarterback, first year at St. Vincent, 6'3", 210. He's a local guy from Hempfield High School. That type of numbers, or size, I should say, and then 2,100 yards in 7 games this year. He's averaging 300 yards a game passing. He looks like a guy straight out of Central Casting for a starting college quarterback.
Yeah, I'm very impressed with him. Again, you don't put up those kind of numbers without being a very accurate thrower. I think he gets it out of his hands quickly, has the ability to throw the deep ball very accurately. I think a great college quarterback, and that has been on full display throughout the course of this season thus far. Defensively,
you mentioned them being multiple, and based upon just looking at the two deep, this is a rather light defense in terms of weight. Not a lot of size. The two tackles up front, 240 and 210. Everybody else, the weight starts with a 1. So I presume this, number one, that it's a speed-based defense, and number two, they're using those multiple looks to try to offset that lack of bulk on defense.
Yeah, you're exactly right. I mean, you got to play to your strengths, and right now it is speed on defense. That's why you see multiple looks. That's why you saw, an odd front one game, but then an even front, kind of changing up the look, and then, kind of an odd front, but I term it more of a bear, meaning 5 guys up at the line of scrimmage, so they put that at Bethany at times. I just think giving you a lot of looks, utilizing speed, trying to put that speed in one-on-one situations against offensive linemen. I thought they've done a really good job of being multiple and playing to their strength right now on defense, which is their speed.
Nathan Parker, sophomore linebacker, 5'10", 180, out of Brockport, New York. He's the team's leading tackler. And then in the secondary, Robbie Labuda, 6'3", 180, a junior from Mount Pleasant, helping lead the secondary back there. They list 2 corners and 3 safeties. Is it a case where sometimes those safeties almost become like, in the way that the Wolverines have deployed guys such as, in the previous years, Jason Minch, Ethan Conto before that, and now this year what we're seeing with Mason Klaus? Are they kind of using their safeties interchangeably, or are they more true secondary men?
No, they're doing interchangeably. I mean, they do various ways in which they add them to the box so to help on the run. So they'll, be able to bring that outside backer to the field who's a safety, who that Jason Minch position. They've done a good job using Keegan O'Brien. Obviously, he's coming off a stretch here where he's made a ton of tackles, and the way you're making a lot of tackles is, well, in this case, is getting them down in the box, playing them maybe at linebacker depth sometimes. So I think, it is a 3 safety defense. However, both really all of them have various ways in which they get them down in the box at the line of scrimmage to help in the run game, and that's just something we got to be aware of, is where are those 3 guys at all times.
And, of course, is Senior Day, Coach. The Wolverines closing out the home schedule for the regular season. A 24-man senior class this year, a group that has helped Grove City go from being a conference contender to a conference champion, and a team now that's been on the national scene for the last few years. What does this senior class mean to you?
Yeah, what a special group. 24 seniors, it's a big class. It's a special group that has really stuck together. And obviously what they've done on the field is everybody has seen it. Probably, the best, one of, if not the best run in school history, from, getting that 4th bowl win in a row their freshman year to 2023, probably the best season in school history, right? Undefeated, finished top 10 ranking, lose to the national champs by 1, first NCAA playoff win. Junior year, you're back in the playoffs, lose to a national semifinalist in the last play. And, here we are senior year with a lot to be playing for as we head into the final 3 weeks. But to me, it's more, coaches will say what they've done off the field, but very practically what I'm referring to is we live off 4-second phrases. I tell my guys, I try to teach a lesson every day. Guys don't remember everything, but if you put it in a catchy phrase, they remember it. So if you can summarize David and Goliath with focus on your vision, not your circumstance. If you can summarize a lesson on humility with don't think more of yourself, don't think less of yourself, think of yourself less, those 4-second phrases stick. Well, what happens on Senior Day at our banquet is every single senior gets a brick and a phrase associated with their name. And I can tell you this group was easy to parrot because they live out their phrases so well. And that's what I love, with this group. It's one thing for me to talk about don't make excuses, don't complain, extreme ownership. It's another when I can just say, hey, look at this guy because he's a model. That's this group. We have 25 phrases. They're 24, so I'm using almost all of them when I use it at the banquet. But they so live those out to a T. They're models of what we want to be in this program, and that's how I'll remember this group.
And really within that 24 different individual stories, 24 unique journeys, I think just looking at our secondary alone. Ryan Montgomery from Harrisville went to Slippery Rock High School. Is that his trip to his college is probably closer than his high school was for him, coming here. And then a guy that's played in the secondary a lot with him, Bowden Davidson from Scottsdale, Arizona, clear 3 time zones away at the opposite corner of the country. And just so many unique paths, guys that have played a lot, guys that we talked in the first segment who have waited their turn, some guys that maybe haven't played as much as maybe they would have liked, but that's just numbers crunch or whatever. But just so many unique journeys. I think of a Caleb Brubaker coming in, who was at a successful school elsewhere, but wanted more than when he was getting there, more in terms of non-football stuff and having that need met here. Just it's fascinating. It's for me just getting to know all these guys and their story and so forth. You have a pair of brothers in there, and the Jollies, who are quite different in a lot of ways. 162, 168, just for starters, but such a unique group too that I think just adds to that blend so well.
Yeah, it's one of the things I love. It's so fitting this week with the team. My focus has been one story, and what I do in that is I tell them about, in the Bible, how it's divided between Old and New Testament, but it's all one story pointing to Christ, and everybody in the Old Testament was looking forward to Christ. We look back at Christ. And I use that as an analogy because, for example, this week, Saint Vincent 2017, we ended the 33-game losing streak. So it's always a time to remember that, hey, those guys built the same way we did. They rebuilt looking forward to a lot of the things we're doing now. We look back at what it took to win a PAC title, but it's all the same principles of vision, process, love. So my analogy there is, although each team has its own story, it's all part of one story. And I think when you were talking there about this group, I think that fits. I think 24 separate storylines, but all came here. Each of us needs all of us to be a part of one story, of which we look at as the Grove City football story. And I think as you were talking there, it kind of gave me chills that what a perfect representation of that. Individual stories that when you put them together make one beautiful story, and I think that reflects this group's 4-year journey.
You referenced the 2017 victory. Since then, the Wolverines have put together a nice win streak against Saint Vincent and currently on a 4-game win streak within this 2025 season. What do the Wolverines need to do to make it a 5-game win streak, send the seniors out on a high note at home, and remain alive in the conference championship chase?
Yeah, I think number one, offensively, we know we're going to run the football. Everybody knows that. We're going to commit to that. What I'm really excited to do is I really believe in these last 3 weeks we can put things together to just play complete offensive football. I'm excited about some opportunities we have in the pass game, and I think run the football and make plays consistently in the pass. That's number one. Defensively, take away the run and limit the explosive play. They're going to catch some passes underneath, but keep them underneath. So that's what we want to do defensively. And then I think, like last week, special teams, not just win the field position battle, but we've consistently now had impact plays, game-changing plays in special teams. So I think win field position and make an impact play or two. If we do that while we take away the run, eliminate the explosive, and run the ball, and then have a complete passing game for 4 quarters, I think we can set ourselves up for a lot of success in this one and going forward.
Coach, always a pleasure. Best of luck. We'll talk to you next week when the Wolverines begin a 2-game road trip to Northeast Ohio.
Appreciate you, Briggsy.
That's Grove City College head football coach Andrew DiDonato. You've been listening to the Andrew DiDonato Show, brought to you by Valvoline Express Care and Car Wash of Grove City. When we come back, we will have the Senior Day introductions and the kickoff. Mark Means and Chris Birch have the call from Thorn Field, Grove City and Saint Vincent. And it comes up next on the home of the Wolverines.
Valvoline Express Care and Car Wash of Grove City. Drive in, drive out, it's that easy. We'll check your oil, check your fluids, and get you clean. Fast, friendly service for cars, trucks, and SUVs. Wiper blades or filters, check your tire pressure. Locally owned, nationally known, no appointment necessary. Valvoline Express Care and Car Wash of Grove City. Drive in, drive out, it's that easy.
Ken Frenchak here at the Valvoline Express Care and Car Wash of Grove City. Experience. We're all about experience. The experience of our expert quick lube techs, and also the experience we provide you with every oil change. You can go anywhere for an oil change, but you come here to the Valvoline Express Care and Car Wash of Grove City for the experience. Drive in, drive out, it's that easy. The Valvoline Express Care and Car Wash of Grove City.
Valvoline Express Care and Car Wash of Grove City. Drive in, drive out, it's that easy.
From Robert E. Thorn Field on the campus of Grove City College, the Wolverine Sports Network presents Grove City College football this afternoon. On Senior Day, the Wolverines welcome the Bearcats from Saint Vincent, who come in at 2-5 and 1-4. The Wolverines are 5-2 and 4-1 in the PAC. Mark Means, Chris Birch on a Senior Day where we recognize 24 graduating seniors.
Yeah, what a one of the all-time great classes in the history of this great football program, right? A group of guys that came in right as Grove City College was on the cusp of things like PAC championships and NCAA tournament bids and wins, and they have been here for all of it, and now as seniors find themselves, right back here in the midst of, still in the conference title hunt.
And, of course, it is Senior Day. And it is the 21st meeting all time between the Bearcats and the Wolverines. Grove City, Chris, 14-6 all time against the Bearcats, winners of 8 straight in this series.
Yeah, and again, remember this, of course, was the football program that they broke the long streak against, and then now they have started their own streak here against the Bearcats.
Senior day here at Grove City College. Direct your attention to the north end zone.
So we will now throw things down to the field with Sports Information Director and Public Address Announcer Ryan Briggs will have today's Senior Day festivities here coming up shortly on what is a chilly afternoon, and we'll throw it down to the field. this program has turned into itself as a national power.
Yeah, I mean, you just heard, Ryan Briggs say those names, right? And names that you and I have talked about so many times here over the years, and just obviously awesome to watch them get honored. And, Andrew Masella and Ryan Montgomery, two guys I had in class, and over at Slippery Rock High School. So nice to see them jog out there amongst all those other great seniors for this program.
And you look at today's game, a big one for the Wolverines, led by the officiating crew, which is led by Jack Thorn, who will be our referee. Your captains for the Wolverines, as always, elected by the players: Ethan Wiley, Anthony Burnett, Jack Jolly, and Caleb Brubaker. And we will momentarily throw this down to the field for the coin toss on what is a chilly overcast, but this is kind of the weather you want for Western PA football the 1st of November.
No question, right? It's November 1st, right? A lot of high school teams have put their equipment away, and only the college teams and the good high school teams are still playing.
Down to the field. So there you have it, as we are getting ready for this game to get underway this afternoon. Chris, when you talk about the Bearcats, you can't not lead with wide receiver Chris Downs. The numbers, they jump off the page. They're video game-like. 55 receptions, 992 yards, 14 touchdowns receiving. 992 receiving, that's second in all of Division III. 14 receiving touchdowns, that's tied for second in all of Division III. The starting quarterback has 2,100 yards through the air, and 992 of them are to one player.
That's maybe the most eye-popping statistic of all, right? And again, obviously, when you look at stats like that, you know exactly what you have to do to stop this offense. But the problem is not too many people have been able to do it, and certainly that's the challenge for the Grove City defense today. Is QB Jake Phillips looking for 6'1", 175-pound wide receiver Chris Downs, who is obviously one of the best wide receivers in the country.
Bearcats averaging 28 points per game offensively, giving up 38 points per game defensively. The Wolverines scoring 23 points per game offensively, giving up 19 points per game defensively. This is the 21st meeting all-time, 14-6 in favor of Grove City, who have won the last 8 in a row.
Yeah, and again, got that streak going in 2017, and have really, kind of continued to go from there.
So, Wolverines won the toss. They have elected to kick, and it will be Lane getting this game underway. And this football is going to hit at the 1 and just roll into the end zone for the touchback. Another in the list of touchbacks for Lane on the season.
Yeah, how about that? I think the return man for Saint Vincent, Julian Walker, a little blasé about letting it go into the end zone, but it was not.
Is there audio feeding up there now?
So we are just about ready to get this one underway offensively. Jake Phillips is the starting quarterback for the Bearcats out of Jeanette. 2,100 yards, 20 touchdowns, but 11 interceptions as well.
Right, and obviously that comes from, just trying to make things happen to get the ball to Downs.
He will drop to throw on first down. Pass high. That's going to be caught and dropped shy of the 30-yard line. And they will complete that first toss.
Caught by Tristan Doy.
That is Tristan Doy, the sophomore wide receiver from Upper Marlboro, Maryland, with his 22nd grab of the year.
Yeah. I mean, certainly Downs is not the only receiver that has put up some decent numbers for this St. Vincent offense.
Pick of 6, it's 2nd and 4. Single receiver to the right, 2 to the left, split backs in the backfield. Little movement up front by the Wolverine, front 3, but didn't come across. They'll run it on 2nd down into the arms of a couple of Grove City defenders. And the ball carrier bottled up back to the 30, making the 29-yard line. It'll be 3rd down coming up for the Bearcats.
Yeah, I mean, the key moment in that play was somebody's got to block Dave Cower, and Dave Cower would not be blocked. And just kind of jamming things up there and makes a nice tackle for a loss of about 1.
Yeah, the big junior out of Mount Lebanon there to make the stop in the middle for this Grove City defense. So it brings up 3rd down and we'll call it 5 for the Bearcats. 2 to the right and 2 to the left side. Julian Walker is the tailback. Phillips takes the snap. He'll drop to throw, being pressured as he rolls to the outside. He's just going to head out of bounds and got an escort to the sidelines and out of bounds by Jack Jolly, and it brings up 4th down.
Yeah, Jack Jolly just kind of moving him, making sure he had the angle on him, and another loss after that initial completion. 3 negative plays for Saint Vincent, and they will have to punt the football away here. So Grove City forces a 3 and out on the first series of the game.
So 4th and 7, and the Bearcats will punt the football away. That's Robbie Labuda averaging about 31 yards a kick. Single returner back for the Wolverines. Low snap. He'll pick it up off the turf, get away a spiraling kick, and a fair catch called for across the 40 and right near the 42-yard line by one of the seniors in Bowden Davidson.
Yeah, Bowden Davidson, of course, coming from Scottsdale Christian in Scottsdale, Arizona. And, one of the furthest away seniors, right, as far as where he's from. But he's been such a great player now for this program. And one of his big jobs has been that just reliable, smart, savvy punt returner for the Wolverines.
Ethan Wiley, 219 yards, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, gets to start the senior on senior day. Wyatt Barzak in at one of those receiver spots. He'll come in tight on the line. Now have single receivers each side of the formation, and the single tailback is Chase Rankin. Gonna run the ball with Rankin right up the middle. 2 hands wrapped around the ball across the 45 and down to the 47-yard line. And a good way for the Wolverines to start offensively. Chris Rankin, 425 yards and a pair of touchdowns on the year.
Yeah, I mean, this is kind of one of those moments that you suspect that, one of the great things this Grove City offense has done over the years is on that first possession of the game, they come right at you. And if you can't tackle them, if you can't, stop the run, they're just going to keep running at you. And Chase Rankin getting the Wolverine offense off to a good start there behind that big offensive line.
2nd down, long 3 to go for the Wolverines. High snap, give it to Rankin again, running up the middle. 1st down across the 50, 45 into Bearcat territory. And he's going to be down near the 43-yard line with the Wolverine 1st down.
Yeah, Rankin just following Jed Feldmeyer and company, and then made a great cut once he got into the linebacking core, and picks up a big 1st down for the Wolverines.
So Dustin Hotto will come to the sidelines. Bring in the extra receiver, so it's Seth McGordy to the left. It is Breck Peacock on slot to the right side, and Daniel Sullivan outside of him on the numbers. Wiley to throw it for the first time. Steps up in the pocket, looking for Sullivan. One-on-one, and the ball knocked away last second and incomplete. Patrick Connolly leads this team with 3 interceptions. That's the ball away.
Yeah, good coverage there by Connolly, just kind of cruising back. It looked like Sullivan maybe got behind him there momentarily. But like you said, the sophomore from Arundel able to get back there and knock it away.
2nd down and 10. Opening possession for the Wolverines, left to right. So it's Peacock and Sullivan to the right side, wing to the left. Wiley takes the snap, gives the ball to Rankin. Rankin got hit at the line, was able to fall forward for a couple of yards. Going to bring up a 2nd down and 8.
Yeah, Jake Hostetler, one of those incredibly undersized defensive linemen for St. Vincent. 5'11", 185. He plays defensive end. I'm bigger than he is. And I couldn't imagine playing defensive end at any level.
We both are. 1 receiver to the left, 2 to the right side. Rankin again is the tailback. Wiley to throw it. Gonna look downfield, ball deflected and incomplete. Sullivan looked back for a flag, but there wasn't one. It'll be
Devin Dean Coles playing at the Football Factory Clairton. As he comes out of, making a nice play there, and St. Vincent will get off the field here as well.
So Brady Lane will punt the ball away. The freshman from Jefferson, Georgia, averaging about 37 a kick on the year with a long of 60. One returner back deep for the Bearcats at his own 5-yard line. Snap back to Lane, gets the kick away, high, wobbly, end over end, and a fair catch made at about the 14-yard line. And we exchange punts this afternoon as the sun tries to fight its way through the clouds on this Saturday afternoon.
Yeah, it's actually kind of at the moment with the sun peeking out and the leaves still mostly on the trees. It's a beautiful fall day here for the moment. That's the thing about Western PA weather, though, and this time of the year. You can get, at least 3 of the 4 seasons in one day. We might have one of those days brewing here.
So the Bearcats junior quarterback Jake Phillips brings the offense back out onto the field. Have 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left side. The tailback is Julian Walker, the sophomore from Pittsburgh Perry. Man in motion, right to left. Phillips drops to throw downfield, and that pass jarred loose and incomplete. Good coverage in that Wolverine secondary. Ryan Montgomery doing Ryan Montgomery-like things.
Yeah, there he is, the senior Montgomery, just kind of getting out there, proper hand to the outside, knocking it away.
Second down and 10. We are scoreless, 10:42 to play in this opening quarter. Bearcats right to left. Play clock drifting down under 20. They'll come out with trips to the right, single receiver to the left side. Again, Walker the tailback with Phillips the quarterback. Phillips will drop to throw, roll to the right side, looks downfield, and that ball off the hands of his intended receiver as he was looking downfield for Tristan Doy, the sophomore, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 10.
Yeah, Jack Jolly in hot pursuit came on the blitz there, and Jake Phillips, kind of had to roll out and try to hit his receiver coming back to him, and good blitz call there by the Grove City defense.
So 3rd down and 10. Bearcats going into the wind here in this first quarter. Play clock will roll under 10 seconds. They'll stack 3 receivers tight to the line to the right. Phillips to throw. Flings the pass, running back, picks that up on the fly out of the backfield, and he's going to get down to about the 17-yard line. Chris, it's going to bring up 4th down, and 2 possessions, no targets so far for Chris Downs on those 2 drives.
Yeah, they're just making sure that Jake Phillips is uncomfortable on his dropbacks, and they're doing a good job blanketing Chris Downs. But yeah, that time, Caleb Brubaker came on the linebacker blitz, and Phillips just no time to set his feet and throw the pass he wanted to.
So the Bearcats will punt. A looping snap back to the punter just does get that kick away. And Bowden Davidson makes the fair catch at the Bearcat 46. So good field position for the Wolverines.
Yeah, that really good field position. It looked maybe momentarily like Grove City was going to be able to block that. But they were not. And Grove City, though, will set up shop on the Saint Vincent side of the 50 at the 46. So good starting field position. Let's see if the Wolverine offense can make something happen here.
9:54 to play in this opening quarter. Second possession for the Wolverines. Going to split receivers right and left. They're going to have both fullbacks in the backfield in Brunette and a Hoddle. Ian Demiri, the senior, checking in the backfield, gets his first carry. Demiri hammers across the 45, down near the 44-yard line. And the leading rusher on this team with 485 yards and 5 touchdowns gets his first carry on senior day.
Yeah. Again, this undersized St. Vincent defense kind of predicated on speed and angles. Did a pretty good job there, making sure Demiri only picking up 2 yards.
2nd and 8. Demiri again, the tailback. Play action for Wiley. Goes downfield. Sullivan makes the catch across the 40. And he's going to be about a yard shy. Needed 8, got 7. It's 3rd and 1.
Yeah, good route run there. Dean Cole's on the coverage there, but still a nice connection and sets up 3rd and short. I mean, Mark, how many times have you called a college football game where there's been 2 guys in the starting 11 over 200 pounds? The other 9 under. That's an amazing statistic.
And that is a small front for the Bearcats. Wyatt Barzak, the receiver, comes in motion, settles as a tight end to the left side. On 3rd down and 1. High snap. Wiley able to grab it, give it to Chase Rankin, and he'll plow his way ahead across the 35, down near the 33, and that'll move the sticks for the Wolverines.
Yeah. Just following Nathan Trainer there, the big 6'4", 285-pound senior left tackle. Able to just kind of follow the big man and get a first down.
So 1st and 10, Grove City. We approach 8 minutes to play in a scoreless first quarter. Single receivers to each side, both fullbacks in the backfield. Wiley to throw it. Has time. Comeback route knocked away and incomplete. Looking downfield for Seth McGordy, number 1, and it's 2nd and 10.
Yeah, good coverage down there by Patrick Connolly. Getting that outside hand out there, knocking it away. See, Wiley kind of had a beat on him the whole time, and just good recovery there by the cornerback.
Senior Wyatt Barzak checking back in, 6'4", 230 out of Cochranton High School. Hoping Rankin in as the tailback. And a split one receiver outside to the left, one in line on the formation and to the right side. With Rankin the tailback on 2nd down and 10. Play clock under 5. Going to run the ball with the junior Chase Rankin. And Chase is going to be down to the 30. Going to bring up a 3rd down conversion attempt for the Wolverines, who are 1 of 2 so far today.
Yeah, I mean, again, 3rd down and 7 here. Kind of a big play.
We'll also see Sam Penna, the junior wide receiver, checking in. Wolverines go single receiver to the left, trips to the right side, Rankin the tailback, Wiley's the quarterback. Play clock at 12 seconds. Play action for Wiley. Downfield, Breck Peacock wide open in the middle of the field, and he'll work his way down to the 20-yard line. Another 3rd down conversion for the Wolverines.
Yeah, nice, really nice route run by Peacock, and then some great yards after catch to pick up that 1st down. You see Peacock shaking up a little bit coming off the field, but a great job by him getting open and then picking up some yards after the catch.
And a little bit of a limp as Peacock tries to hustle his way off the field. Both fullbacks in the backfield in Burnett and Hoddle. Flex to the right side. Single receiver, that's McGordy to the left. Gonna give it to Demiri, running to that wide side, just lowered and squared the shoulders and took on defenders down to the 16-yard line.
He lives for moments like that, doesn't he? As he kind of set that one up, and yeah, just shoulder pad against shoulder pad, and Demiri getting a nice little 4-down gain on the 1st down carry.
2nd and 6, 6.5 minutes to play. First quarter, no score. Again, both fullbacks in a lineup to the right side. Single receiver to the left, and McGordy. Wiley takes the snap, gives it to Demiri with the hole up the middle. Cuts back inside, and going to be down to about the 11-yard line. To bring up a 3rd and short.
Great cutback by Demiri there. Able to maybe get the last 3 or 4 yards after that, after the cutback. So, yeah, 3rd and short here for the Wolverines.
Demiri, the tailback. McGordy, the receiver, to the left side. 6'3", Ethan Wiley takes the snap, gives the ball to Demiri, 2 hands as he runs it forward down to the 10-yard line.
Yeah, really good play by Niall Thomas, the one 240-pound sophomore, able to make a nice tackle there and keep him from getting that 1st down. But obviously the Wolverines going to go for it here on a 4th and 1 mark.
Just a little shy of that 1st down marker. Burnett wing to the left side. Hoddle lines up in the backfield. Wiley going to go under center. Sends Burnett in motion. Going to give the ball to Demiri. 1st down and more inside the 5 and down near the 4-yard line. It's 1st and goal, Grove City.
Yeah, Saint Vincent able to make the initial contact behind the line of scrimmage, but Demiri just able to kind of keep dragging the feet and takes the inside linebacker Jonathan Putty over the first goal, over the goal to gain line.
1st and goal from the 4-yard line. They will shuffle the offensive line. Wiley overlooking that Bearcat defense. He will go under center. Zeke Swift, the sophomore center, gives the ball to Demiri, running right side, looking for a push for the goal line. He's going to be stopped near the 1-yard line. Chris, this will set up 3rd and goal for Grove City.
Yeah, Labuda able to get in there and clog everything up from that free safety spot. And basically going to give him a 2-yard gain, but still a nice job by Saint Vincent there.
Check that 2nd and goal for the Wolverines. Going to put Hoddle to the left, Burnett to the right side. Wiley again go under center with Ian Demiri, the single setback. Play clock under 10 seconds. Burnett in motion, running to the left side. Give the ball to Demiri, and he's in for a 6th touchdown of the season for the senior Ian Demiri.
Yeah, that's certainly on senior day. You love seeing the seniors make a play, get a touchdown. And Demiri once again following that left side of the offensive line, able to get in there and get the Wolverines on the board.
So it brings on Brady Lane, the freshman kicker, 19 of 20 and extra points on the season. So Lambert will snap it. Ellis will do the holding. Snap and hold are good, and Lane's extra point is up, and it is also good. 3:32 to play here in the opening quarter, and the Wolverines take their 2nd possession downfield and put it in the end zone for a touchdown. We'll take a break, come back with more after this on the Wolverine Sports Network.
When is the best time to talk to your family about staying in touch during a disaster? When floodwaters reach your door? When wildfires are engulfing the edge of your neighborhood? Or an earthquake is destroying buildings? When a tornado is tearing through town? Or a hurricane strikes? Or is the best time perhaps today? During a disaster, you may not be able to stay in touch with your family or friends as easily as you think. And it's not always as simple as using your cell phone. That's why now is the time to take action. Go to ready.gov/communicate and make your emergency plan today. Don't wait. Communicate. Brought to you by FEMA and the Ad Council.
Lane's kickoff brought back by the Bearcats. They'll cross the 20 and be pulled down shortly thereafter, and that is where St. Vincent will have their 2nd possession of the afternoon, trailing Grove City 7-0.
Yeah, and again, the Grove City defense so far able to just stymie the St. Vincent offense, and like you pointed out, Mark, in the last series, no even targets to the all-everything wide receiver Chris Downs, so that doesn't mean they're not looking for him. That just means Grove City's defense is shutting that down.
So 1st and 10 for the Bearcats. Ball on the Bearcat 30-yard line. Phillips going to run it on a 1st down to Julian Walker, and Walker will try to cut back for a couple of yards to give him 2. It's 2nd down and 8.
Yeah, Caleb Brubaker won't get credit for the tackle there, but he took the outside lane away. So then the back had to cut back. Julian Walker had to cut back into the teeth of the defense where there was a host of Wolverine tacklers there.
2nd and 7. We roll under 3 minutes to play in the 1st quarter. Bearcats going to put 1 receiver to the right and 2 to the left side. Phillips overlooks the defense. He'll drop to throw. Time. Going to look downfield, and that pass is going to be incomplete. First target that time for the junior receiver Chris Downs, and let's give a lot of credit to sophomore Noah Wheeler, who had him one-on-one.
Wheeler Island, right? He is just all over him. Wheeler's that guy that can single cover a guy like that, and so far so good.
Sophomore out of McKinney, Texas, and McKinney Christian with 3 interceptions on the year. 2 receivers go to the right, 2 to the left side. Again, Walker remains the tailback. on this 3rd down and 7 for Jake Phillips. Going to put his receiver in motion. Phillips drops to throw, avoids the initial rush, steps up, throws across his body. That has a 1st down catch downfield to Keegan O'Brien, another receiver out of Maryland with his 23rd catch.
Yeah, O'Brien just kind of slipping into that seam behind the linebackers in front of the D-backs in that zone coverage, and made a nice catch, a nice ball thrown by Jake Phillips.
So 1st and 10 for the Bearcats. Clock rolling at 2 minutes, 10 seconds to play in this 1st quarter. 2 to the right and a 2 to the left. Phillips, play clock under 15 as he drops to throw. Looks downfield, and that pass going to be caught. That's Tristan Doy, the sophomore. This receiving corps seems like they're all from Maryland.
Yeah. I mean, that's almost certainly by design. You got the horn is from Jeanette. Everybody else, though. So Doy coming from Eleanor Roosevelt High School. You know, I like that.
And today's history lesson is upon us.
Perhaps the best and, most well-known First Lady redefined the role, right, as of the First Lady.
2nd and 5 from midfield. Trips and receivers to the outside. They are going to run the football with Walker. Walker has the 1st down and more. And he's going to continue across the 30 and down near the 25-yard line. Biggest run of the day for Julian Walker, the sophomore from Pittsburgh Perry High School.
What a burst that was. He kind of got out there, and there was lots of crimson shirts around. You thought, okay, but then he just seemed to go to another gear and then really laid the boom on Ryan Montgomery out in the secondary as an exclamation point to that great run.
Walker just 5'9", but 200 pounds, and came in with 458 yards rushing to today's game.
Yeah, another great high school program, Perry, right?
Phillips to throw it, looking one-on-one, and miscommunication with his receiver downfield. Looking for Doy again, and that sailed over his head and incomplete.
Yeah, Montgomery kind of took away the deep route, and I think Doy thought about kind of bouncing off of Montgomery to the inside and coming back. And by that time, Phillips was under all kinds of pressure and just threw it into the corner of the end zone.
2nd down and 10, 31 seconds to play, 1st quarter. 2 receivers go to the right, 2 to the left side. Walker, the running back, excuse me. Phillips, the quarterback. Phillips pulls it down, looks downfield, and that is incomplete, looking for Chris Downs.
Yeah.
Noah Wheeler there, stride for stride with Downs.
Just going to say that man again. Noah Wheeler just doing his job on the great Saint Vincent wide receiver Downs again.
Wolverines have Donnie Franco, number 0, now in there at the linebacker spot, the sophomore from North Catholic High School. So 3rd down and 10. Receiver going to come in motion. Phillips back to throw, goes to that motion receiver who made the catch. He's going to be a little shy of the 1st down.
Yeah, Ian Tufts, high school teammate of Phillips, also picking up 8 yards. This has been a nice drive for St. Vincent.
And that will wind us down to the final seconds of this opening quarter here this afternoon on a senior day. We're through 1 quarter, and our score after 1, it is Grove City 7, and it's St. Vincent 0, thanks to the Ian DeMary touchdown run. We'll take a timeout. We'll come back and have more on the Wolverine Sports Network.
Founded in 1955, the President's Athletic Conference is regarded as one of the elite NCAA Division III conferences in the nation. Comprised of 12 private institutions and 1 associate member, the PAC thrives in athletics and academics. Now sponsoring 24 varsity sports, the PAC remains unique in this day of high-pressure college athletics, with academics at the core of every program. With over 300 academic All-Americans and over 1,400 academic honor roll recipients with a 3.6 GPA or higher in the past year alone. Our student athletes excel in athletics as well as the classroom. Want to learn more? Visit us at pacathletics.org or follow us on social media.
Back here to Robert E. Thorn Field as we get set to begin the second quarter. We remind you, for every Grove City College touchdown caused turnover this season, Northwestern Mutual Gold Financial is proud to partner with Grove City College football to support the Grove City Area United Way. Gold Financial, 160 South Broad Street in Grove City. 4th and 1, and the Bearcats will leave the offense on the field. He will give it to Phillips, tries to cut back towards the line, and second effort, he's able to push the pile across the 15, and that'll be a Bearcat first down.
Yeah, that's, again, Walker's a good player. I mean, that's, you can, obviously, you see the statistics, but just the eye test tells you he's a heck of a college football running back.
And solidly built at 200 pounds.
Can really move, too. Great lateral quickness and good speed on the edge.
So 1st and 10 for the Bearcats. They're going to run it. New back in there, gets the carry, and drives his way into the line. Let's see, that is Matthew Davis, the sophomore, on the carry.
Davis up from St. Mary's. It's up there kind of in the middle of nowhere in north central PA.
Gain of 3, 2nd down and 7 for the Bearcats. Play clock under 20 seconds. That Bearcat offense looking back towards the far sidelines. Now they'll turn back with under 10 seconds to play.
It's been an impressive drive certainly so far for Saint Vincent.
Twins right and left. Receiver comes in motion. Phillips looking to throw. Rolling out, trying to make something happen, and he's just going to unload this one incomplete and out of bounds. And it'll bring up a 3rd down and 7.
Yeah, just all kinds of pressure there by Jack Jolly was in there, and Nick Clemens, and just forcing Phillips to just kind of roll around, trying to bide a little bit of time, just ends up throwing it out of bounds. So good coverage in the back by the Wolverine covermen, and great pressure up front.
So 3rd down and 7 for the Bearcats. It will split Chris Downs, the junior wide receiver, to the left side. Reset the play clock to 25. We're at 13:30 to play in the first half. Phillips to throw. Gonna look middle, had a man wide open who made the catch for the touchdown. That's Tristan Doy, the sophomore. And we are extra point away from a tie game.
Yeah, how about that? Yeah, just a little bit of pressure on Phillips, but he's able to kind of buy a little bit of time. And there was Doy in the middle of the field, right on the E, and Wolverines wide open, and able to connect.
Phillips' 21st touchdown pass of the season. Brings on the kicker for the Bearcats. It's Justin Amy, the senior. Snap down, extra point, a low line drive that is up and good, and 27 for 27 for Amy on the year.
Yeah, that was probably one of the bigger adventures of those 27, though, is just able to sneak it over. But an impressive drive for Saint Vincent.
You know, when you look at their numbers, and we kind of talked about it in pregame, offense hasn't been their issue. They've been able to put points up this year, but they've struggled defensively, giving up about 38 points a game.
Yeah, that's a great point. And again, so far the defense has looked pretty good. You know, obviously the one scoring drive by Grove City, but St. Vincent's defense has been solid here through the first quarter and minute or so, and certainly when the offense can put together drives like that and keep Grove City's offense off the field, that is, certainly the game plan for St. Vincent.
And the Wolverines have done a good job defensively themselves, kind of taking downs out of the picture. Doesn't have a catch so far.
Yeah, how about that? Yeah, 12 plays, 70 yards. Used up about 5 minutes there for St. Vincent there on that touchdown drive. So an impressive drive for the Bearcats.
So they will get set to kick the football back to the Wolverines. Amy, senior out of New Oxford, Pennsylvania. The two Wolverines back deep to return this kick. Will be fielded around the 6, across the 10, 15, speed to the 20, cuts back 25, 30, 35 before being bumped out of bounds. And that's Cameron Epps, the freshman out of South Allegheny, on the return.
Yeah, how about that? Epps, a heck of a weapon. Great little cut back there. And so, yeah, the Wolverine offense back out on the field here, trying to answer the Saint Vincent touchdown.
So Epps gets the 29-yard return, puts Grove City in good field position at their 38-yard line. I'll put two receivers to the right and one to the left side. Wiley to throw it off of play action. Time in the pocket. Breck Peacock over the middle, makes the catch across the 35 and down to the 31-yard line. Good to see the junior back in the lineup.
Yeah, last time we saw Peacock, he made a catch and came limping off. Pretty much one-legged there, so nothing wrong with the wheel that time, as he ran a great route into the middle of the field, and Wiley with just a bullet to find him, and a big gainer for the Wolverine offense.
Single receivers to each side, both fullbacks in the backfield. Ian DeMary, the senior tailback. 12:35 to play, first half, tied at 7. DeMary now moves to the right of Wiley, who will drop to throw. Time in the pocket, looking down the seam, looking for McGroarty, and a little too far out in front. And incomplete. It's going to bring a second down and 10 up.
Yeah, good coverage down there. Good double coverage. So I like the look. Keep the Saint Vincent defense kind of loosened up a little bit, but that time just good coverage back there by the Saint Vincent cornerbacks.
And they've been selectively double teaming different receivers in their secondary in this first half.
Yeah, that's a great catch by you, and certainly guessed accurately that time.
Two receivers go to the right. Rankin's the tailback. He's going to get the football up the middle, lowering the shoulder. Rankin going to push down to the 26-yard line. Bring up a third and manageable for the Wolverines.
Yeah, nice job by Rankin there, kind of plowing his way into that teeth of the defense there and picking up some big yards. And you said it, Mark, at third and maybe long 5.
So it's Daniel Sullivan to the right. Seth McGroarty is the receiver to the left side. Rankin's the tailback. Rankin's going to get the football. Keep driving the feed across the 20 and down to the 19-yard line. That'll move the chains for the Wolverines, who are now 3 of 5 on third down conversions.
Yeah, Rankin just able to kind of get into the cornerback, Devin Dean Coles, drive his feet and pick up a first down.
First and 10 at the Bearcat 19. Burnett and Wyatt Barzak now strong to the right side. Game clock now rolling under 11 minutes to play, first half. High snap, Wiley pulls it down, gives the ball to Rankin. And Rankin down to about the 16-yard line. That offensive line, Chris, starting to get a little bit more push on this series.
There's no question. Again, the defensive front for St. Vincent, 185, 175, 210, and 240. Certainly pales in comparison to the size and the bulk of the Grove City offensive line. And yeah, you're right. They're starting to get a little bit of more and more of a push at that line of scrimmage here with each play.
Second down at 7. Ball at the Bearcats 16-yard line. Give the ball to Rankin. A little hole opened up. He was able to spin through it and drive down inside the 11-yard line.
Rankin on the run, brought down by O'Brien and Dean Coles.
Going to bring up now a third and short 2 coming up for the Wolverines.
Just following Trainer and Feldmeyer there on that left side of the offensive line. We've seen a lot of success there. Anthony Brunette, the fullback, getting a nice little block there too.
Third down and 2. Sullivan, the receiver, out to the outside. High snap. Rankin gets the carry, and Rankin will have the first down inside the 10. It's down to about the 7-yard line where it's 1st and goal. Grove City now 4 of 6 converting third downs.
Yeah. And Chase Rankin doing all kinds of work so far on this drive, going to come out, and Ian Demiri back in. But it's a great job by Rankin and the offensive line so far on this drive.
So 1st and goal for the Wolverines at the 7-yard line. Demiri, the tailback. He has a team-leading 6 rushing touchdowns. He's going to get the handoff inside the 5, and then actually got lifted up at the 4-yard line before being driven back.
Yeah. Jonathan Putty here, just kind of picking him up. Putty, 6 foot 175, but able to pick up the 225-pound Putty. Has some weight room work for you.
So it is 2nd and goal from the 4-yard line. Bearcats will substitute late as they'll get an extra defender on the field at the linebacker spot. So 2nd and goal from the 4. Rankin just to the left of Wiley, who looks to throw. Timing ball for Sullivan, batted away and incomplete. Patrick Connolly there in coverage that knocked the ball away.
Yeah, Conley made a break on the ball there. I thought for like a heart-wrenching second there that he was going to be able to get that interception, but had to jump up to leap just to knock it away. So
3rd and goal from the 4. Chase Rankin, the junior tailback out of Coventry Township, Ohio. He's going to get the carry. And they're going to push the pile. And they're going to say forward progress stopped at the 2. Chris, it's 4th and goal from the 2.
Yeah, and again, can't say enough so far about this, this undersized front of Saint Vincent. That's right, that time able to get into Rankin and not let him kind of push his way into the end zone like you kind of would suspect he would there. And so, yeah, here we go, big 4th down play.
So Hoddle and Burnett in at the fullback spot. Demiri is the tailback. They'll shuffle the offensive line. McGordy on the line of scrimmage to the right side was Sullivan, the receiver. Going to give the ball to Ian Demiri. Demiri looking, goal line, touchdown, Ian Demiri. Give him 7 now on the season. And Grove City takes back the lead at 13-7.
Yeah, Demiri able to blast his way in there. A 2-yard touchdown run, get his 2nd touchdown of the day. And the Wolverines able to get on the board again, Mark.
So it'll bring on Brady Lane to 20 of 21 in extra point attempts. It'll be senior Derek Lambert to snap it out of Garden Spot High School. Sutton Ellis will do the holding. And the extra point is up, and it is good. So with 7:21 to play here in the first half of action, we go back and forth on the scoreboard. And now Grove City takes a 14-7 lead. We'll step aside for a break and be back on the Wolverines Sports Network.
Ken Frenchak here from the Valvoline Express Care and Car Wash of Grove City. Fall. Leaves are changing. Why not get a jump start on the season and get the oil changed in your vehicle? We have your grade of Valvoline oil regardless of your gas or diesel engine. We stock most air filters and windshield wiper blades. So don't forget, we offer 2 automatic car washes along with 2 self-serve bays. Stop by to have your car run and look great. You can go anywhere for an oil change, but you come to us for the experience.
Valvoline Express, Karen Car Wash of Grove City. Drive in, drive out, it's that easy.
Brady Lane gets his foot into the kick that runs high and deep and a couple of yards across the goal line into the end zone for another touchback.
Another touchback, yeah. Grove City there, an 11-play, 62-yard drive. Took almost 6 minutes, a couple seconds under. So, yeah, and for every Grove City College touchdown and caused turnover this season, Northwestern Mutual Gold Financial is proud to partner with Grove City College football to support the Grove City Area United Way.
To throw it on first down. That pass intercepted by Bowden Davidson. He undercut Chris Downs, took the football away, and Jake Phillips has thrown his 12th interception of the season.
Yeah, Bowden Davidson, you could see it from up here. You and I had the perfect angle on that. That's right, he was just able to kind of angle in there, jumped the route, made a great catch too, and just like that, Grove City College with another opportunity to get on the board with a short field.
Wolverines break the huddle, come to the line at the 26-yard line of the Bearcats. They'll put Sullivan on the hash marks to the right side. Wiley to throw it. Time. Comeback route for Sullivan, who taps the toes inside the 10-yard line. They're going to spot it at the 12, and it is a first down for the Wolverines.
Yeah, nice little out route there by Sullivan. And doing that, Sullivan always reminds me, he looks like he's on skates, doesn't he? And sometimes you say that about people who can't get their footing. He's on skates like you think of hockey players, right? And just out-quicking everybody to the edge there. Nice pass by Wiley.
The junior with his 18th reception of the year, second on the team in receiving touchdowns with 3. First and 10 from the 12-yard line. Rankin's got to get the carry. Rankin running through some tacklers, now running over a couple of Bearcats. Down to the 12-yard line.
Able to kind of get into Keegan O'Brien there, the safety. 5-yard gain there for Rankin. Rankin's playing great today.
Second down and 5. We approach 6 minutes to play, first half. Rankin remains the tailback. Sullivan, single receiver on the numbers to the left. Give the ball to Rankin. And Chase is going to be down to about the 6-yard line.
Rankin on the run, gain of 1 to the 6.
It's going to bring up third down for the Wolverines, 3rd and 4.
Yeah, Isaiah Sosek, the 175-pound defensive end there, making a nice tackle on Rankin to keep that to a minimal gain.
Ian Quinn, the junior from Lower Burrell, checking in as the extra offensive lineman. They will now shuffle that offensive line and the fullbacks this time, putting Burnett and a Hoddle, showing a strong side to the left. Demiri, 2 yards behind Wiley, takes the snap, gives the ball to Demiri. And Demiri is going to be down to about the 4-yard line. Not a lot of running room there, no. Setting up a 4th down.
No, and they went right at, you mentioned it, the shuffling of the offensive line and the double fullback on that side. But still St. Vincent able to get off of the blocks and make the tackle, and sets up a 4th and short here. Big play, Mark.
4th and 2 coming up for Grove City. They can get a first down inside the 5-yard line. McGordy, the single receiver, to the left side. Give it to Demiri, running wide, and that was read well by this Bearcat defense. And they will hold on a 4th down and get the football back after the turnover.
Yeah, Jake Hostetler, the other defensive end, 5'11", 185 pounds, gets behind the line of scrimmage and nowhere for Demiri to go. And this St. Vincent defense, you said it both in the pregame and then after the St. Vincent touchdown. The defense has been the problem for St. Vincent, but they are not the problem today for the Bearcats, that's for sure.
So Bearcats and the junior quarterback, Jake Phillips, take over after the turnover on downs. 4:35 to play. Both coaches with all 3 of their timeouts. Single receiver to the left side, 2 to the right. Walker's the tailback, looking to throw. Phillips dropping into his own end zone. That ball knocked away. That is great coverage from Mason Klaus, who started this year at safety and moved to linebacker to knock the ball away.
Yeah, great job kind of getting out there, getting that kind of that basketball inside hand there, knocking it away. Good pursuit, too, of Jake Phillips, making him kind of have to roll out, leave the pocket, and try to throw under duress.
Second down at 10, 4:29 to play in the half. Grove City with the touchdown lead at 14-7 over the Bearcats. Single receiver left, trips to the right side. Phillips, play clock down to 3, drops to throw, try to set up a little screen, and he tried to throw the screen while Julian Walker took off upfield. And it's 3rd and 10.
Yeah, I mean, he was moments away from being sacked there by Mason Klaus again. As Klaus came on the linebacker blitz, nobody picked it up, and Phillips either had to throw that or get sacked in the end zone. So a great blitz call there by Grove City's defense.
So 3rd and 10 at the 6-yard line. Going to put 1 receiver to the left, 2 to the right side. Now they set up a wing to the right side as well. Receiver going to come in motion, head upfield. Back into his own end zone, and that pass is going to be caught, blanketed in coverage. That time by Mason Klaus, but able to squeeze that football in to Ian Tufts for the first down.
Yeah, Tufts running a great route, making a tough catch. And St. Vincent not only picks up the first down, but now with an opportunity to at least flip the field position.
Phillips, 7 of 16 throwing the football so far here this afternoon. Twins to each side of the formation. Walker remains the tailback. Phillips to throw it again. Has time. Going to take the deep shot. Has his receiver out there, but it lofts incomplete to Chris Downs and brings up a 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, Downs going after it. And again, see Noah Wheeler. They have definitely put Chris Downs on Wheeler Island out there, just blanketing him in coverage.
3:39 to play in the half. Bearcats going to go twins to each side with Walker the tailback. And Clemens showing some pressure at that linebacker spot. Now he'll back up. Phillips dropping to throw. Pressured as he steps up in the pocket. He's going to be sacked and dropped. Coming up to make that play, that's Jack Jolly adding to his tackle total.
Yeah, Clemens and Jolly came on the blitz there. Jake Phillips had less than 2 seconds to make a decision there before he was just swarmed under by Wolverine defenders.
So 3rd and 16 now after the loss of 6. Play clock down under 15 seconds. Game clock approaching 3 minutes to play in the half. Single receiver left, trips to the right side. Phillips takes the low snap, drops to throw, stepping up in the pocket, rolling to the outside. Here's he throws, and that pass knocked away and incomplete. That's Keegan Frazier getting a hand on that football and knocking it away. And what a senior season Keegan Frazier is having.
Yeah, how about that? PAC Defensive Player of the Week for his efforts last week against Westminster. And once again, getting back there and making a play. Great pressure up front again by the Wolverine defenses. They're just giving Phillips less and less time it seems like here on each pass play.
Labuda to punt from his own end zone. Bowden Davidson in his own territory. Low snap, gets it away. Short, wobbly kick. Davidson comes up on it and will fair catch it at the Bearcat 41-yard line. Well, Chris, Wolverines have 2:40 and all 3 timeouts here in the half.
Yeah, 2:40, all 3 timeouts, and a really good field position here. You get the sense, don't you, that if they can score here, you know, it's almost kind of like this collective sigh of relief, or at least a breath, you know. Whereas if Saint Vincent can make a stop here and get to the locker room just down 7, it's like, okay, game on.
It'll be Sullivan and McGroarty, the receivers. Burnett and Hoddle in it, both fullback spots. Ian DeMary's going to be the tailback on 1st and 10 from the Bearcat 41-yard line. Wiley takes the snap. He'll look to throw. Stands in the pocket. Lofted one deep. McGroarty's open. Got by the secondary. Last second, the ball was batted away, but they're going to throw the flag on Patrick Connolly, the sophomore corner.
Yeah, and you know, again, the call comes from Connolly kind of hip checking him right before the ball arrived. A tough call, but the correct call.
And Connolly walking over to the official, asking him what he did.
I mean, he basically knocked him off of his route with the hip check before the ball got there.
And Chris, that was our first penalty of the half.
I know. It's been an incredibly well-played, cleanly played football game, and yeah, that's almost you're almost surprised to see a flag go, right?
So 1st and 10, Wolverines from the Bearcat 26-yard line. Play clock now down under 10 seconds. Wiley turns, gives the ball to Chase Rankin. And Rankin will work across the 25 and down to the 23-yard line on 1st down. So give him a pickup of about 3. It's 2nd down and 7.
About 3 on 1st down. And Rankin just doing yeoman's work here so far in this game, limping off a little bit, so Demary back in.
14 carries for Rankin, 11 for Demary here so far in the first half.
Awesome, yes.
See if the Wolverines can get off a play, and they will not, as we'll have the 2-minute timeout. As we hear from our referee, Jack Thorn, we've come to the first half 2-minute timeout. It is Grove City 14 and St. Vincent 7. We're back after this on the Wolverine Sports Network.
You can't escape a traffic jam. Know what else you can't escape? Seasonal allergies. And you might think you can avoid that coffee stain until... Oh, really? You can't escape a lot of things in life, but you can escape prediabetes. Prediabetes captures 1 in 3 adults. There are usually no signs of prediabetes. In fact, most people don't even know they have it. But with early diagnosis, you can change the outcome and prevent or delay type 2 diabetes. Take action by taking the 1-minute risk test at doihaveprediabetes.org. You might not be able to escape having this song stuck in your head, but you can escape prediabetes. Go to doihaveprediabetes.org today. Brought to you by the Ad Council and the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention.
Two minutes to play in this first half on a senior day for Grove City. Chris, Wolverines facing a 2nd and 7 off the 2-minute timeout.
Yeah, 2-minute timeout. 2nd down and 7. Big play here. Big kind of, you really get the sense for both of these football teams. A big moment in the game.
Split 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left side. Rankin's the tailback. Wiley to throw it. Has a clean pocket, looks downfield. Pass is going to be incomplete. They say Sullivan couldn't get the foot down.
Yeah.
And it's 3rd down and 7.
Yeah, I think Sullivan thought he had it, but it looks like he was kind of forced onto the white there before he could come down with the catch. So
1:54 to play in the half. Halftime, of course, scores around the PAC. Looking ahead on the Wolverines schedule that includes a couple of trips to the Buckeye State the next 2 weeks.
How about that? Obviously a huge one next week, against Case Western.
Wiley to throw. Hit as he throws this time, and that pass is going to be, what are they going to call this? Incomplete or a fumble? They're letting the play out as the Bearcats pick up the football. They're going to bring this all the way back. But we got the officials standing back here at the 40-yard line.
He got hit and threw the football, and it was incomplete. I'm not sure what the debate is.
The ball came forward out of the quarterback's hand. That's an incomplete pass.
That's all. Right. Much ado about nothing.
So it brings up 4th and 7, and we're going to see Brady Lane.
Yeah. Certainly well within Brady Lane's range here, and obviously this would be a big, it's certainly a win for the Saint Vincent defense based on the circumstances to get a field goal attempt here. However, if Grove City can get the field goal here, if Brady Lane can make this long field goal, that would be a huge boost.
Been a few weeks since we've seen Lane attempt a field goal. He's 3 of 4 with a long of 44 on the season. Ellis to put the knee down at the 30. This will be a 40-yard attempt, a little to the right side. Rush on. That kick got partially blocked. There's a flag on the play. And I believe somebody from St. Vincent came offside.
Yeah, the end was offside. Significantly offside.
Offsides. Number 4 on the defense.
Going to bring the O back out.
So this will make it 4th and 2, and Coach DiDonato decides to bring out the offense.
The 5-yard penalty for the 18 is now 4th and 2 for Grove City.
Yeah, ironically, the guy that was offsides did not block the kick, so had he not gone offsides, it still might have gone that way.
So 4th and 2. Sullivan, single receiver to the right side. Both fullbacks wing to the right. Rankin is the tailback. Rankin will get it, running forward across the 15. They'll dive forward and have the Grove City first down to about the 12.
Great job by Rankin. It looked momentarily like they had it kind of blocked. But Rankin able to make a cut back, keep the feet driving, and get enough for the first down.
Both fullbacks remain in there. Sullivan, single receiver, right side. Rankin, the tailback, just offset to the right of Wiley. He's going to get the football. Cutting to the right, now back towards the middle of the field. Inside the 10 and down to about the 8-yard line. 16 carries already for Rankin in the first half.
Yeah, he's just been an absolute workhorse. Taking some pops, come off the field limping a couple of times, but he just keeps on grinding.
Sullivan checks out. Seth McGordy now back in. Give the ball to Rankin. Hole up the middle, inside the 5 and down to the 4-yard line. That offensive line did a great job to blow open a big hole for Chase Rankin to run through.
Yeah, no doubt. I think this is the first time that we've seen a little fatigue from the St. Vincent defense.
So Grove City uses the timeout, Chris, with 37 seconds to play here in the half. Coach DiDonato will have a pair remaining. And we've seen the Wolverines been able to move the football on the ground, but that small front for the Bearcats, once you kind of get inside the 5, they've really stepped up.
They really have, and that's kind of a great point by you. Is they've bent obviously quite a bit. A big day by Rankin, and certainly some good runs by Demiri, but that very undersized front for St. Vincent has come up big in the red zone and on 3rd and 4th and short. So.
When you're looking at Hostetler at 185, Thomas at 240, Miller at 210, and Sosik at 175.
I mean, there isn't too many 175-pound defensive ends at the high school level. That is incredible. But
that's linebacker or safety size.
In high school, yeah, it's amazing. I mean, yeah, 5'11", 185. Also, that's me. I can't, and again, I can't imagine me down there with these monsters playing on the line. But tough kids, and again, like Coach DiDonato said in the pregame show with Ryan, it's a defense that's predicated, by speed up front.
So it's 3rd down and 2 for the Wolverines. Sullivan, single receiver between the hash and the numbers to the right side. Brunette and Hoddle in there at the fullback spot. Rankin going to get the carry. They'll lead the way for Chase Rankin, who's into the end zone for the 3rd touchdown of his junior season.
Yeah, great push by the offensive line. Rankin, kind of got in there, and you can't arm tackle Rankin, and that's exactly, he was just able to kind of blast through several attempts at arm tackles, get in there, and you really do get the sense, Mark, that's a big score for the Wolverines.
How many times have we seen this shift momentum for the Wolverines, Chris? Yeah. Score late, get the ball to start the 3rd quarter.
Right. Almost every time they win the toss, they do this, right? So, yeah.
Lane on for the extra point. Lambert to snap, Ellis to hold. Extra point is up, and it is good once again for Brady Lane, who is 22 of 23 on the season.
Yeah, obviously a couple of big penalty calls. The pass interference there that gave Grove City's offense new life, and then they hold to a 4th down again. And the penalty, offsides penalty on the field goal attempt. Grove City brings the offense back out and goes and scores. So yeah, a 7-play, 41-yard drive. The Wolverines put 7 more on the board.
It's a spot you don't always give a lot of thought about, but listening to Coach DiDonato with Ryan on the pregame show, think about the snappers for the last 7 years between Lambert and C.J. Otwell.
Yeah, again,
that is a spot that is it's performed so well.
Well, I mean, and it's if you're not talking about the long snappers, that means they're doing almost a perfect job, and we don't hardly ever talk about them, right? And so yeah, good point by you.
2 returners back deep for the Bearcats. Lane runs up on it, drives this one high and deep, and this one is way back, almost halfway through the end zone for the touchback. And no return opportunity for this Bearcats special teams.
And so Bearcats come out, just 32 seconds to go here.
Couple of games underway across the conference. Teal with a early lead on Hiram.
The Tomcats.
At Hiram, that is about 6.5 minutes to play in the first half. Westminster with a 26-14 lead on Allegheny. That is at the 2-minute timeout. And Waynesburg a 7-3 lead over Bethany. Early stages of the 2nd quarter. Phillips to throw on 1st down. Downfield pass underthrown, intercepted. And who else but Keegan Frazier with his 5th interception. And that ball brought all the way back inside the 20-yard line. What a senior season for Keegan Frazier.
Yeah, Frazier doing it again, and that was just the quarterback, Jake Phillips, trying to do too much. Frazier able to kind of field that almost like a punt returner he looked like there. And then the big return by Frazier. Little dance on the way off. And Grove City, Mark, 17 seconds to go. Ball on the 15. They got a chance to do something here again.
So it'll be Sullivan, receiver to the right side. It'll be Breck Peacock in the slot to the left with Seth McGordy outside of him. Play clock under 10 seconds. Wiley to throw it. Time going across the middle and a little too tall for Breck Peacock at the back of the end zone. It's 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, Peacock, several white jerseys in front of him, but able to kind of sneak behind there, and Wiley almost able to kind of force that in there.
So 2nd and 10. with 12 seconds to go in this half. Again, it'll be Sullivan to the right, Peacock slot to the left with McGroarty outside of him. Rankin is the tailback. Play clock down under 5 seconds. Wiley to throw it. Time looking for McGroarty, and that ball batted away and incomplete. It's Patrick Connolly who's got a lot of work against him so far.
Yeah, Conley, again, he had the big pass interference call last time. Makes up for it that time with some really good defense in the back corner of the end zone. And Grove City on perhaps the last play of the half. Chance to put a 3 spot up.
So Brady Lane with Ellis's knee down at the 22. This will be a 32-yard attempt for the freshman. Hash to the right side, into the wind. Snap and hold are good. Lane's line drive kick is up, and it is good. So Brady Lane converts again, now 4 for 5 on his freshman season.
Yeah, 10 points here for the Wolverines at the, right at the end of this half. Kind of changing everything around here. As this game, when it's 14-7, you're thinking, oh boy, but Grove City able to get a little breathing room here at the very end of the second quarter.
So 2 seconds to go on the first half game clock. One more chance for Brady Lane to boom another kickoff like we've seen him do today and throughout the season.
Yeah.
And Wolverines on the road for the next 2. Next week, a big game in the President's Athletic Conference, 1 o'clock kickoff at Case Western.
Yeah, Case Western, again, a big game for them today as well as they take on W&J. So that game, obviously conference championship ramifications in that one. And then, of course, when the Wolverines, provided they can continue to take care of business in this one, ramifications against Case next week as well.
Lane gets his foot into this one, high, deep, and through the end zone again. That one didn't even seem like a full swing of the leg, Chris.
I know. Like a chip, like a golf chip shot. And still able to get the touchback.
So 1 snap of the football for the Bearcats to end our first half of action.
Yeah, we talked so much last week, didn't we, Mark, about how great the Wolverine defense has been. And, Saint Vincent came out and played well offensively early on, but all of a sudden here, this defense putting all kinds of pressure on quarterback Jake Phillips and sort of have taken the running game out. Doing what they usually do now.
Phillips looked to hand off the football. There was nobody there. And he just kind of went down to the backfield for a couple of yard loss, and that'll bring us to the end of the first half. And Chris, 27 plays for just about 82 yards for the Bearcats offensively in that first half.
Yeah, and again, like I said, it seemed, like they had played well at times, but right, when it kind of all washes out, you look at the statistics, the Wolverine defense doing what they do.
We've come to the half, and Grove City leading Saint Vincent by a score of 24-7. Wolverines will get the football to begin the third quarter. We've got numbers for you, scores around the league, and a whole lot more coming up as we will step aside for our first halftime break and come back with more after this here on the Wolverine Sports Network.
I'm Sally, a volunteer at United Way. I'm asking people around the neighborhood what they think this place needs. Excuse me, hi. What do you think this place needs?
I'd like to see more parking.
More playgrounds.
Free movies.
That's easy. Better restaurants.
And you, what do you think this place needs?
This place? Oh, more ice cream trucks.
Okay. How about you?
Wi-Fi everywhere?
I was thinking more money in the pockets of local families come tax time.
Can I change my answer?
I was just kidding about the ice cream.
Oh, that's way better.
Now that you mention it.
When it comes to getting better tax refunds into the hands of local families, what this place needs is you. To donate or volunteer, go to unitedway.org. Because great things happen when we live united. Brought to you by United Way and the Ad Council.
This is the news. This morning, we are saluting the 2.2 million women who have joined in the war effort. They now make up 37% of the workforce, changing their role forever.
The prestigious Harvard Medical School is breaking ground today, opening its doors to new female applicants.
Today, little girls all over the world look to the sky, where the first woman is now in space.
Military stereotypes are challenged today with the trailblazing promotion of a U.S. female officer to 4-star general. It was just announced that the vast majority of last year's doctorate degrees were earned by women.
We've come so far, but our news is changing for the worse. More women die from heart disease and stroke than men, even though it can be prevented. Make a change at GoRedForWomen.org today. Brought to you by the Ad Council and the American Heart Association's Go Red for Women.
Chris, can you put the video game controller down for a second?
I can talk and play. Oh, I'm totally annihilating this punk kid in Nebraska.
I just feel like you're not acting like a grown-up in our relationship.
Am too.
Well, you know, you still ride your skateboard to work, there's the comic book collection, the race car bed.
Look, I'm young at heart, but I put money into my 401k every paycheck. I picked up a few savings tips at feedthepig.org. I have control over my financial life now, and that feels pretty grown up.
Put away a few bucks, feel like $1 million. Putting some money from every paycheck into a savings account or contributing to your 401k can make a big difference later. For free ideas and easy tips on ways to save, go to feedthepig.org. That's feedthepig.org.
So, I bet I look like a grown-up to you now.
Well, except for the footy pajamas, I'd have to agree.
This message brought to you by the American Institute of Certified Public Accountants and the Ad Council.
Halftime here on the Wolverine Sports Network. Mark Means, Chris Birch. A 24-7 lead for the Wolverines here at the half. And Chris, Saint Vincent gets the score to tie this game up at 7.
Yeah.
And you kind of sit up a little straight. You're like, the Bearcats have come to play.
Yeah.
Grove City finishing strong 24-7 at the half.
Yeah, no doubt. You said it really well there. I mean, again, Demiri scores the game's first touchdown. St. Vincent, a really good answer, kind of right at the beginning of the second quarter. And, yeah, I mean, you and I are saying this was a great, well-played college football game. But then, yeah, Grove City able to put together a second big drive and then get the 10 points right at the end of the half and have kind of taken control of the game here now.
Wolverines scored first, 3:32 to play, first quarter. Ian Demiri, a 2-yard touchdown run. Brady Lane's extra point caps off a 12-play, 46-yard drive that took 6:22 off of the game clock. Bearcats came back at the 13:26 mark of the second quarter. Jake Phelps passed to Tristan Doy for 9 yards. The extra point conversion made it 7-7. That a 12-play, 70-yard drive for the Bearcats that took 5:01 off the clock. Grove City would respond. Ian Demiri, his second touchdown run of the game. And for Demiri, his 7th of the season. Lance extra point gave Grove City a 14-7 lead. That an 11-play, 62-yard drive. Took 5 minutes and 57 seconds off the clock. Grove City found the end zone again with 32 seconds to go in the half. Rankin's 4-yard touchdown run, his 3rd of the season. Lane's extra point capped the 7-play, 41-yard drive that took 2:08 off of the game clock. And thanks to the Keegan Frazier interception, Brady Lane connected a 32-yard field goal on a 3-play drive that it was for no gain and 15 seconds, 24-7 Grove City at the half, and you cap it off with Brady Lane knocking home a field goal.
Yeah, that would have been good from probably 10 or 12 yards further, right? And so again, the Grove City defense really seems to have found their footing after, kind of an impressive drive there at the end of the first quarter into the second quarter by St. Vincent's offense. But so again, a great second quarter for the Wolverines on both sides of the ball.
A couple things standing out on those team numbers, Chris. 27 plays from scrimmage for 82 yards for the Bearcats in the first half. 42 plays for Grove City for 167 yards.
Yeah, and again, that's that's, again, just sort of them doing what the game plan called for, right? And doing a great job at that.
Looking at some of those overall numbers, Grove City 1944 to 10-16 in time of possession. Wolverines converting third downs at a 50% clip, 5 of 10. They've also gone for it 4 times in the first half, converting 3 of those 4.
Right, and of course, a couple of those, were not necessarily real short yardage situations, but so you add those together. 8 of 14 on third and fourth down put together, and that's really been the story of the game. Certainly was in the second quarter.
Leading numbers in the first half of action as we take a look at the Bearcats first. Walker, 4 carries for 32 yards. Matthew Davis carried at one time for 3. Phillips through the air, 7 of 19 for 57 yards, 1 touchdown, intercepted twice. Leading receiver Tristan Doy has 3 for 20 and a touchdown. And Chris Downs does not have a catch in the first half.
Yeah, we heard Coach DiDonato and Ryan Briggs talking about, well, he'll probably get 1,000 yards today. He came into the day at 992, and, Coach DiDonato very humbly said, oh, well, yeah, of course, but not yet.
No. See, leading tackler is Nathan Parker, who has 9 for the Bearcats. For Grove City, Chase Rankin, 18 carries, 78 yards, and a touchdown, averaging a little more than 4 yards a carry. That is a busy first half for Chase Rankin.
Yeah, he's been a workhorse, right? I mean, he's done a nice job, obviously using the power and the strength, but also a couple of great cutbacks to pick up big yardage. So Rankin really putting together a great day, perhaps the best day of his junior season so far.
Demiri adding an 11-carry first half for 27 yards and a pair of touchdowns. So between the two of them, they've run it 29 times in the first half.
29 times, well over 100 yards and 3 touchdowns. So again, the running backs, doing a great job.
Ethan Wiley, 4 of 13 for 62 yards here in the first half of action. But, we add that to the fact that they've kept him clean. He's not been sacked in the first half.
No, he hasn't, and, again, hasn't made, sort of a mistake. Good coverage in the backfield. You got to certainly credit the Saint Vincent defense where they deserve it, and where they deserve is they've done a nice job on the Grove City wide receivers.
Breck Peacock, 2 catches for 41 yards. Daniel Sullivan, 2 for 21. Your leading tacklers in the first half, Ryan Montgomery on senior day has 3. Dave Cower, Mason Klaus, Jack Jolly, all in with a pair. When you look at the tackling numbers, on the season for Grove City, you've got the guys that you would expect at the top. Caleb Brubaker leading the way with 66, Jack Jolly with 57. But it's a defense that, yes, is it led by the linebackers? Of course it is, but it's very balanced in the numbers.
Yeah, no question about it. And don't forget Ben Bladel out today. So again, a big kind of linchpin for that defense. Not anchoring them. So other guys really stepping up and doing a nice job.
We are going to take a quick 60-second break, and when we come back, we will have an update on what's going on with Wolverine Athletics. That is coming up next here on the Wolverine Sports Network.
Founded in 1955, the President's Athletic Conference is regarded as one of the elite NCAA Division III conferences in the nation. Comprised of 12 private institutions and 1 associate member, the PAC thrives in athletics and academics. Now sponsoring 24 varsity sports, the PAC remains unique in this day of high-pressure college athletics, with academics at the core of every program. With over 300 academic All-Americans and over 1,400 academic honor roll recipients with a 3.6 GPA or higher in the past year alone. Our student athletes excel in athletics as well as the classroom. Want to learn more? Visit us at pacathletics.org or follow us on social media.
Right back here on the Wolverine Sports Network at halftime, like we like to do throughout the season. Joined by my partner on the road, Ryan Briggs, Sports Information Director. Always a busy day on Senior Day.
Yes, it is. Honoring the band seniors beforehand. We'll be honoring the cheerleading seniors here in a few minutes as well. Of course, the 24 senior football players before kickoff. I guess we had an audio issue, so you got to see them run out. We didn't hear anything, so we apologize for that. But occasionally things happen with technology, but that's how things go. But yeah, certainly it's been a busy fall, but actually somewhat of a lighter Saturday, and for good reason. The Grove City soccer teams, they both are the number 1 seed in the upcoming PAC tournaments. The quarterfinals are today. Wolverines don't play until Wednesday. We'll have a semifinal doubleheader, men at 4:30, women at 7:30 over at Don Lyle Field. So the soccer team's off this week. Volleyball at Franciscan today. Tied. The match is tied 1-1. They're in the third set. Grove City up 19-18 at Franciscan. Wolverines can pretty much sew up a tournament berth with a win today. There's some other combinations that could make it happen or make it not happen. But bottom line is the Wolverines win, they're probably in. So that's the long and short of it. PAC Cross Country Championships today up at Allegheny, and we'll see if we can get updates there. But in the meantime, just know, as we always do on the regular season home finale, I always recognize our press box staff. So I want to thank them. Kind of a new crew this year. It's like when we call sports games, people graduate and so forth, and you get new names. And we have a lot of new names this year. They've done a great job. Start with somebody who's not here today, Christian Suchivanu, who's worked a lot of events this fall for us. He's a senior. He's a men's basketball player. They're scrimmaging at La Roche today. But Christian, thank you to him for all of his efforts and things that he'll continue to do as we go along. But doing a great job. And also Kristen Tesh, who for the last couple of years has run the scoreboard. She wanted to attend the cross-country championships today. She has some friends running, wanted to go see that, and the only chance she got to see them, so worked out well. She was able to do that. Filling in for the last couple weeks, a young lady that's worked soccer and volleyball for us, Taylor Blythe. Taylor's a junior from Honeoye Falls, New York. Did I get it right? Honeoye Falls, New York. That's up near Syracuse, I believe, correct? Somewhere? Between Syracuse, so near Rochester. Still near Rochester, but Taylor, women's lacrosse player, scores a lot of goals, and she's done a fabulous job. Her, and then also Jessica Robinette, they've worked a lot of events together. Alyssa Shaw has worked a lot of soccer for us this year. We have a young man to our right here, a freshman, Carson Lucas, who's worked a multitude of events, doing outstanding work. Our camera crew upstairs today, Tyler Grupak, Assistant Sports Information Director, overseeing things up there. Tyler doing outstanding work with everything, certainly noticeable on our social media platforms, Instagram, X, etc., YouTube. Tyler doing just terrific work. And our camera operators today, Will Apple and Elena Tilka upstairs. So we're having some multi-camera stuff. I believe we had some replays today on the video, and that's all because of their work. So thanks to all of them. A couple of folks that also work in the office. They work more so in the winter and spring at events at lacrosse and so forth. Emma Daly, Maddie Mills, they're juniors. They're on the women's soccer team. They're enjoying a free Saturday today, but thanks to them as well. And thanks to our athletic director, Todd Gibson, for his support of everything that we do. Not just sports info, but the broadcasting. It's very much appreciated, and we have a great advocate with him. Thanks to Vince DeStacy, Vice President for Information Technology and Related Affairs, helping hook us up with things, and Jonathan Butchie, who does a lot of sound work on campus. He was the one kind of rewired everything when the press box was renovated. It's worked out great, and we thank him. Also, thanks to Susan Grimm, Vice President of Operations here at the college. Press box redone this year. New tables, new counters, new carpet, new paint. It looks fabulous. The chairs are great. Thanks to her and the entire operations crew for everything that they've done.
Yeah. Press box looks fantastic. They keep improving it as the season goes along.
Absolutely. New tables in this week. They look they're great. They're perfect. They're movable. They're high enough. They're solid. They're very good. So we're very appreciative of those. We were going to give you the cross country update. The men take second out of 11 teams today. Out of 12, 71 points. Geneva wins it with 38, but the Wolverines placing 4th and 7th. So a couple of first-teamers. Colson Frank, freshman from Grove City, takes 4th. Michael Singley, senior from Susquehanna High School, he takes 7th. Caleb Hawk, Grove City High grad. His dad, of course, head athletic trainer Rick Hawk. Caleb, 18th. Tyler Davis, a freshman, taking 20th. So 4 in the top 20. Great day for the men's team. We'll pull up the women's results here. And Grove City taking 6th. Very young team this year. Wolverines take 6th. They had a tie for first, W&J 59, Geneva 59. I believe that, if you look here, I think the tie would go to Geneva based on the number 6 runner. But either way, Grove City taking 6. We look at some individual numbers. Top finisher, Juliana Lindberg, the sophomore from Mannheim, taking 15th. And Rebecca Berger, a sophomore from San Diego, first year at Grove City. She was 20th. Wolverines top freshman finisher, Erica Doolittle from Brookville, taking 28th. So solid outing today for the Grove City cross-country teams. And, Mark, that's kind of the wrap-up here. And I know that we will be together in 2 weeks for sure at Hiram. Not sure about next week yet. It'll either be the two of us or Western Reserve, our friends at Western Reserve Radio. You and TBA will be up at Cleveland. But just want to, as always, thank you. Thank Chris Birch for your commitment, your professionalism, your friendship, all of the above. It's always great to work with you. We've been doing this a while, and we've had a lot of fun these last several years, and looking forward to a fun second half.
Yeah, absolutely. A lot more to come. We will take a break. When we come back, we'll look at the PAC scoreboard, get you ready for the third quarter next here on the Wolverine Sports Network.
Ken Frenchak here from the Valvoline Express Care and Car Wash of Grove City. It's that time of year again. Buy one, get one free windshield wiper sale. You heard correct. BOGO windshield wiper sale with any of our Valvoline full-service oil change through the end of the year. So get ready for Old Man Winter today before he arrives. BOGO windshield wiper sale through December 31st. You can go anywhere for an oil change, but you come to us for the experience.
Valvoline Express Care and Car Wash of Grove City. Drive in, drive out. It's that easy.
Back here as we are just a few minutes away from getting this third quarter underway on the PAC scoreboard. Chris, look at games underway. Halftime, Teal leading Hiram at 21-14. Tomcats in search of their first win of the season at Hiram.
Yeah, and again, the Tomcats evidently dangerous here as the season starts to roll to the close here.
Other scores, we've got Westminster in a tight one with Allegheny, 29-21. That game has also gone to half. Waynesburg leading Bethany 14-6. That game at halftime. The big one tonight under the lights in Washington, PA. Case Western in Washington and Jefferson, and a huge game in the PAC.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Again, certainly Grove City, again, you hate to kind of look at things this way, but hoping for a Case Western win and then take care of business against Case next week. And all of a sudden, the Wolverines right there in the PAC title talk.
And if you are curious, in the border battle this afternoon in Columbus, 31-14 Ohio State, late seconds of the third quarter. Chris, Wolverines get the football to begin the third quarter. This seems like it has been a day where they want to run the rock.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Again, they able to put 10 points on the board there late in that half, late in the second quarter, to kind of take control of the game on the scoreboard. A lot of work yet to do, of course, but the problem for Saint Vincent, as they've now gone down 24-7, and certainly the upside for the Wolverines is right now you just kind of keep handing the football off to Chase Rankin and Ian Demiri, and see how much clock you can take off, and just not give the Saint Vincent offense enough opportunities to get back in the game.
And it's been a day where, of course, Grove City have 24 points at the half, but neither team averaging more than 4 yards per play today.
Wow, yeah, that's impressive. And again, it certainly had the appearance of a defensive struggle for a long time. So that statistic bears it out.
So Grove City set to get the football back as we are just a few seconds away from beginning this afternoon's third quarter. Chris, a little bit chilly, 53 degrees, cloudy, sun trying to peek through, and a little bit of breeze, but
hey,
not bad.
Beautiful November day, right? So Yeah, we had some cold November rain, Guns N' Roses reference last night, but today, a little chilly, but still nice day for November.
It was beautiful and dry and warm at Rocket Arena last night.
That's good.
Except the Cavs did not play very well for me while I was there.
Yeah, always a good night to go see an NBA game at Rocket Arena. I was at Rocket Arena myself last month to see 9 Inch Nails. So
I thought about that being there yesterday. Cavs tonight, or Cavs last night, excuse me.
Yeah.
Brian Adams tonight.
You?
Cavs, no, just at the venue itself.
Oh yeah.
And then Cavs again on Sunday.
Yeah.
Those guys work hard.
Getting some work. Yeah, no doubt about it.
So Grove City set to get the football to begin the third quarter. Epps and Rankin back deep to return this kick. High end over end. That'll be Epps at the 6, across the 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, and driven out of bounds into the Grove City bench. And no hesitation by the freshman Cameron Epps. He got the football and went right upfield.
Yeah, Cam Epps trying to continue to kind of work his way into some more and more action for the Wolverines. Yeah, no doubt. Looked good returning there, and gives Grove City pretty good starting field position.
Ethan Wiley, the senior out of Mercer, ready to lead this Wolverine offense. That'll be Sullivan and Peacock to the right side on their first play from scrimmage. Right to left here in the third, with the junior Chase Rankin getting the start at tailback. Now we've got whistles and a delay of game penalty on Grove City to start the half.
Offense number 7. 5-yard penalty. First down.
Yeah, just kind of not fully aware, it looked like, of what was happening with the play clock. So Grove City will start this series behind the sticks.
First and 15. They'll keep the same formation. 2 receivers to the right. Got a fullback wing to the left side with Wiley and Rankin in the backfield. Chase Rankin got to get the carry, and he'll dive forward down near the 30-yard line. Rankin's 19th carry of the game.
Yeah, I mean, I think that, we're going to get a good dose of Rankin and Demiri here in this second half now with a 24-7 lead. See if they can't keep the sticks and the clock moving here.
Dustin Hoddle comes to the near sidelines. Seth McGroarty going to check in at a wide receiver spot. So it's Sullivan, Peacock, and McGroarty, the 3 receivers on 2nd and 11. Wiley overlooks the defense, takes the snap, looks to throw, fires middle, and that ball sailed on Wiley. Looking for Peacock over the middle, and it's 3rd and 11.
It almost looked like Peacock thought maybe there was somebody behind him that was the intended receiver because it was so far above him, but nobody else there, no other red shirt there.
Peacock 5'9", 170 in his first year in the Wolverine football program. Third down and 11, play clock at 12 seconds. Wiley takes the snap, 3-step drop, stands in the pocket, fires the deep out. Seth McGroarty makes the catch. And he's going to be close to the first down. Now they'll move the chains.
Yeah, McGroarty just kind of finding that spot sort of behind the cornerback in the zone coverage there by the Bearcats, and a nice pass by Wiley.
Seth McGroarty, 14th catch, and it's a receiving core full of juniors for the Wolverines.
Yeah.
2 receivers go to the right, 1 to the left side. Rankin's the tailback. Wiley flips the ball to Breck Peacock, turns upfield, made a man miss, gets across the 50 and dives into Bearcat territory. And they'll mark him out of bounds just shy of the 45-yard line.
Yeah, Peacock able to kind of get out there in the flat, the little bubble screen there. Get several yards after the catch, the yak statistic, and gets a first down.
Wolverines open it up this third quarter, throwing it a little more.
Yeah, throwing underneath passes for the most part, but certainly having some success.
First and 10 from the Bearcat 46-yard line. Gonna split 2 receivers to the left side. Wiley makes The completion with Breck Peacock, who was able to get upfield for just about a yard. You said that a clear adjustment here in the second half of trying to get the football in the hands of the receivers.
Right. Right, and you can see, I mean, the Saint Vincent corners are off the receivers. They're not in press coverage, so certainly a good maneuver here. Soften things up, spread this defense out a little bit.
Second down and 9. Sullivan, your receiver to the right side. McGordy close to the line of scrimmage. Wiley and Rankin in the backfield. Play clock down to 3 seconds. Rankin will get it for the 20th time and fall forward down to the 40-yard line. It's going to be 3rd and 4 for Grove City.
Yeah, good. Another good run that time by Chase Rankin. As again, Grove City's that short passing game kind of loosening up the defense a little bit.
Penna and Peacock check in at wide receiver spots. Grove City 6 of 11 converting 3rd downs this afternoon. Facing a 3rd down and 4. 2 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. Wiley stands in the pocket, lofts one out for Sullivan, who turned around, and the ball was right there. And they're going to call this a good catch. The trail official came in and said he's able to get the foot down with control of the football for the 1st down.
Yeah. Caught it, controlled it, lost it out of bounds, but still able to kind of hold on to it there and finish the catch.
Good timing, Chris. Sullivan turned around and the football was right at his face mask.
Yeah. Good instincts by him. Another nice ball thrown by Ethan Wiley.
So Sullivan's going to come to the sidelines. 1st and 10, Grove City from the Bearcat 27-yard line. Peacock and McGordy, the 2 receivers. Huddles the fullback. Wiley to throw. Time. McGordy breaks free in the end zone, and Seth McGordy catches the touchdown pass from Ethan Wiley. And for Seth McGordy, that will be his 2nd touchdown receiving on the season.
Yeah, McGordy just kind of got behind the defense, single coverage. He's able to shake loose with that double move. And Ethan Wiley putting it right on the money. And Grove City Wolverines with 10:44 to go in this 3rd quarter, kind of blown the game open.
Brady Lane at 22 of 23 in extra point attempts. Lambert to snap it. Ellis will hold, and the extra point is up, and it is good. 10:44 to play 3rd quarter. Grove City now pulling away from Saint Vincent. It is Grove City 31, Saint Vincent 7. We're back after a quick break on the Wolverine Sports Network.
Ken Frenchak here from the Valvoline Express Care and Car Wash of Grove City. It's that time of year again. Buy one, get one free windshield wiper sale. You heard correct. BOGO windshield wiper sale with any of our Valvoline full-service oil change through the end of the year. So get ready for Old Man Winter today before he arrives. BOGO windshield wiper sale through December 31st. You can go anywhere for an oil change, but you come to us for the experience.
Valvoline Express Care and Car Wash of Grove City. Drive in, drive out. It's that easy.
10:44 to play, 3rd quarter. Grove City now leading 31-7. And Brady Lane to kick the football away. 2 Bearcats back deep around their 5-yard line. Lane's kick, high, deep, and halfway through the end zone for another touchback. His 3rd of the afternoon.
Yeah, he just keeps booming it back there, and it appears that the St. Vincent return men are all that interested in going back and getting it. So
they look at the ball going over their head almost like an outfielder watching a home run go in the stands.
I was just thinking that, yeah, exactly. Yeah, remember the first time the kickoff to start the game, they had that look, but the ball barely made it into the end zone.
So 1st and 10, Bearcats from their 25, left to right. They're going to run it on 1st down with Walker. And Walker is going to be pulled down by a couple of Wolverines. Looked like Bowden Davidson there.
Yeah, Nick Clemens.
Nick Clemens, the freshman as well.
Yeah, Nick Clemens all over it. He's played very well today. The freshman from Moon, playing that outside linebacker spot.
Loss of 1 brings up 2nd down and 11. Ball back to the 24-yard line. 10:09 to play here in the 3rd quarter. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right side. Walker, the tailback for Jake Phillips. Phillips, low snap, picks it up with one hand off the turf and fires an errant pass, incomplete. Receiver Ian Tufts was looking for a penalty, but Mason Klaus there on a pass that was probably not catchable.
Mason Klaus doing a great job there in coverage.
Danny Franco wearing number 0 out of North Catholic, checking in at the linebacker spot. So it's 3rd and 11 with 9:55 to play in this 3rd quarter. Phillips overlooks the defense, takes the snap and drops to throw. Pressure from the backside. He's going to be hit. He's going to be sacked. And it's Caleb Brubaker with his now 4.5 sacks on the season.
Yeah, Caleb Brubaker coming on the blitz, completely unpicked up. Just able to be in Phillips' grill in less than a second. Just absolutely nowhere for the junior quarterback from Saint Vincent to go.
So Labuda to punt for the 4th time, averaging 29 yards a kick.
Labuda to punt. Davidson deep.
Rush on, Labuda gets the kick away, spiraling kick. Bowden Davidson on the run across midfield. 45, still on his feet, down near the 40 before being pushed back and kind of caught the special teams of the Bearcats off guard.
Yeah.
Knowing he normally fair catches the ball, but he caught that one on the run.
Caught that one on the run and able to pick up some good yardage. And Grove City, as they often have today, sets up shop in the Bearcat territory.
9:05 to play here, 3rd quarter. Wiley in this Wolverine offense came into the game today averaging 23 points a game. They have well exceeded that already with plenty of time to go.
Yeah.
Sullivan and McGordy are your receivers. Chase Rankins the tailback. Wiley to throw it. Goes underneath, and that pass is going to be caught by Wyatt Barzak. Senior with his first catch of the day.
Yeah, St. Vincent coming on kind of an all-out blitz there. Nice job by Wiley picking it up, hitting Barzak underneath on the check down. Just a 2-yard gain, but still better than what it could have been.
Exactly 9 minutes to play, 3rd quarter. 2nd down and 8 as they wind the clock. Barzak and Brunette in the backfield with Sullivan and McGordy, the wide receivers. Wiley to throw, middle, a little behind McGordy, but he reaches back, makes the catch. The ball came loose, but they'll say McGordy was down at the 25-yard line, and that'll be a 1st down for the Wolverines.
Yeah, that pass was behind McGordy. McGordy able to go back running full speed the opposite direction, somehow snare it out of midair. Got tackled for a big 14-yard pickup.
Grove City done well today on 3rd down. 7 for 12 in converting 3rd downs.
Yeah.
So it's Sullivan to the right, McGordy to the left side. And 2 running backs in there as they give the ball to Ian Demiri. That's not something we've seen a lot with both Demiri and Miller in the backfield.
Right. And Demiri, that's a quick feet pick up there, right there. He just kind of kept the feet chopping and able to step over some would-be tacklers who tried to get him low.
So split backs with Miller and Demiri. behind Wiley on 2nd down and 5. Play clock under 10 seconds. Wiley takes the snap, fires downfield. McGroarty made a man miss inside the 10-5 and dives down to the 1-yard line. McGroarty wanted that one, but came up just a little short. It's 1st and goal from the 1.
Yeah, McGroarty makes the catch, and Dean Coles tried to lower the boom on him, and McGroarty just kind of sidestepped him. And Dean Coles missed, just kind of whiffed on him, and then able to almost get into the end zone before he was finally brought down at the 1-yard line.
McGroarty, the big receiver for the Wolverines at 6'1" and 170.
Yeah, compared to those big power forwards they've had over the past several years.
Wiley going to go under center. Puts the fullback in motion, gives the ball to Demiri, and Ian Demiri will have the hat trick. That's his 3rd touchdown of the afternoon.
Demiri able to follow that left side of that offensive line in again. And Demiri with his 3rd touchdown of the day.
So the Wolverines with 37 on the board, looking for 38 as they will bring on the special teams unit. Derek Lambert, the wide receiver, will snap it. Sutton Ellis to do the holding for Brady Lane. Low snap, Ellis gets it down. The extra point is up, and it is good inside the left upright. And this Wolverine offense has found itself in a nice rhythm.
Yeah, they're clicking, no doubt about it. As the quick score from the 39, 5 plays later, into the end zone, and the Wolverines now up 38-7.
5 plays, 40 yards, a little more than 2.5 minutes off of the game clock. One of the shorter drives for the Wolverines today.
Yeah, as just kind of more and more, they've just sort of worn this Saint Vincent defense down. They played very well for a while, but fatigue certainly wreaking some havoc as Grove City has just dominated the time of possession, and the Saint Vincent defense has just been out there a lot.
At one point, Chris, we talked about both teams being under 3 yards of play. Grove City now over 5 yards of play.
Wow.
So Lane will kick. 2 returners back deep for the Bearcats at their 5-yard line. Lane, this one going to be at about the 2. Across the 5, 10, 15, and then diving down to the 17-yard line. That was Walker on the kickoff return for the Bearcats. And with 6:23 to play in the 3rd quarter, the Bearcats back on the field, down by 31.
Yeah. You can see Walker is not all that interested in returning kicks, right? He'd rather see it go into the end zone. At least that's what it appears like.
So they'll spot the football at the Bearcats' 17-yard line for junior quarterback Jake Phillips. Hometown of Jeanette, Pennsylvania, played for Hempfield High School.
Yeah.
Split backs now for the Bearcats. They are going to run the football with Walker. And that's a short gain, about 2 yards for Walker. Sets up a 2nd down and 8.
Yeah, Walker was able to get a couple of long runs in that first half at that 25-yarder off right tackle, but since then he has been completely stymied by the Wolverines defense.
2nd down and 8. Sun making its way through the clouds again. 54 degrees, partly cloudy. They go trips to the right, single receiver to the left side. Wolverines showing some pressure. Now they'll back out. But they're going to get another sack anyway as they were able to get pressure up the middle, and that is Nick Clements, the freshman, in the backfield with a tackle for loss.
Yeah, Clemens has just been an absolute demon for this St. Vincent offense. Seems like every time Phillips goes back to pass, number 50 is in his grill for the Wolverine D.
So they threw a flag on the Bearcats for holding. The Wolverines will decline, take the sack and the down.
What do we call that? An unsuccessful hold?
There's only been 3 flags in this football game so far. 3rd and 15 for the Bearcats. Twins to the left, single receiver to the right side. Phillips drops to throw. Flips that one out, and that pass is going to be caught by Chris Downs.
Yeah.
And Chris, that is Downs' first catch of the game.
First catch of the game, and I think that will get him over the 1,000-yard mark as well, right? He needed 8. His first catch comes for 10, so I guess Coach DiDonato's prediction that he would get over the 1,000-yard mark today will come true after all, but barely. He's been on Wheeler Island all day.
So the Bearcats will punt. Snap back to Rushon. They block the punt. Loose ball rolling inside the 5, and it's going to go out of bounds at about the 3-yard line.
Was that Nick Clemens again? Bursting through and getting the block. So Clemens putting an exclamation point on what has been a fabulous day for him.
So the freshman Nick Clemens out of Moon Township.
Yeah.
Picked up a sack, now a block punt.
Yeah, picking up for another Moon graduate, Ben Bladel, who was, of course, a terror on special teams, as well as being a great linebacker who's injured today. So great job by Nick Clemens.
It's Burnett and Hoddle. They'll split, one to the right, one to the left. It's Ian DeMary. Tailback spot. Hoddle in motion. Give it to DeMary. Cuts back inside and in for the touchdown. Give Ian DeMary 4 touchdowns on senior day.
How about that? DeMary, just a nice little jump cut. 4-yard touchdown run following Anthony Brunette, the fullback in there.
39, Ian DeMary is 4th of the afternoon.
Wow.
So Lambert to snap it. Ellis will hold, and Brady Lane on for the extra point. Play clock down under 10 seconds. Snap down, and the extra point on the way, and good. Exactly 4.5 minutes to play in the 3rd quarter, and Grove City now pushes their lead out to 45-7 with 4.5 minutes to play here in the 3rd. We'll step aside for a quick break and come back with more on the Wolverine Sports Network.
Ken Frenchak here from the Valvoline Express Care and Car Wash of Grove City. It's that time of year again. Buy one, get one free windshield wiper sale. You heard correct. BOGO windshield wiper sale with any of our Valvoline full-service oil change through the end of the year. So get ready for Old Man Winter today before he arrives. BOGO windshield wiper sale through December 31st. You can go anywhere for an oil change, but you come to us for the experience.
Valvoline Express Care and Car Wash of Grove City. Drive in, drive out. It's that easy.
4:30 to play here in the 3rd quarter. 45-7 Grove City. Brady Lane, who's had a busy afternoon, to kick again for Grove City. Lane drives this one. Walker at the 3, across the 5, 10, 15, turns the corner, 20, 25, and it'll go out of bounds shy of the 30-yard line. And that was a tough catch for Walker, Chris. Right as he looked up to play the football, the sun kind of broke through the clouds.
Yeah, this is probably the sunniest that it's been all day, if you will, and you can see kind of the shadows of the players there on the field. So we haven't seen that all day. So yeah, right, just in time for that kick return there for Julian Walker, but he's able to handle it and then kind of turn the corner and get the sideline, and probably the best return of the day, certainly for Saint Vincent.
1st and 10 Bearcats from their 26-yard line. They're going to run it with Walker. Walker broke through a wave of defenders across the 35 And down to the 36-yard line. That'll be a first down for the Bearcats.
Yeah.
Just their 6th of the afternoon.
I know, right? He had that big 25-yarder earlier in the game, and that was his second longest run of the day. And I mean, you tell he's the talent. I mean, there's no question about that.
Wolverines starting to substitute defensively. Levi Teets now down on the field, the junior out of Morgantown, West Virginia. At a corner spot now matched up with Chris Downs. Phillips takes the snap. They'll run it again with Walker. Try to bounce to the outside. He's going to be pulled down from behind. It's Danny Franco, the sophomore, on the tackle for Grove City.
Yeah, Franco, nice job from behind. Got him by the ankles.
Caleb Cool at a defensive end spot now in there, wearing 96. Jace Herrick, a junior at safety now, wearing number 22 out of Greenville. Second and 10 for the Bearcats. Phillips takes the snap. This will be a deep drop. Tries to set up the screen. Receiver made the catch. Levi Teets there to immediately greet him when he made the catch at the 41-yard line.
Keegan O'Brien making the catch there, but you said Teets right there to make that catch.
So it's 3rd and 5 for the Bearcats. .228 clock rolling here in the 3rd quarter. Wolverines with a 45-7 lead. 3rd down and 5. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Left side comes in motion. Phillips turns the ball over as he drops back, looks downfield, and the ball knocked away. That's Levi Teets again in coverage on Chris Downs, and he batted the ball away.
Yeah, Teets again gets the hand in there, knocks it away.
Thought we might get a holding flag on that play as Nick Clements was kind of being pulled as he tried to come around the end.
Yeah, better do something about him, right?
Cameron Epps now back to return this punt. Robbie Labuda will punt for the 6th time. Rush on, he gets this one away. Short, wobbly kick. And there will be a fair catch made at about the 30-yard line by the freshman Epps.
Epps just kind of very coolly went over and put the little hand up and made the catch in traffic.
Good to see an opportunity this afternoon for some of the younger guys, some of the guys that don't get a lot of time to play today.
Yeah, there's no question. And right, this is certainly the way that you hope senior day sort of ends up. You can get some seniors maybe that aren't 1st or 2nd teamers in there for some action, and also get some young guys in there. And
got Eli Jones, the senior out of Liberty Township, Ohio, now in there at the tailback spot. He's going to get the carry on 1st down. 2 hands on the ball, spins his way across the 35 and down to the 36-yard line.
And Jones played some quarterback, played some wide receiver, now in there at running back, and it's been a really good multi-purpose football player for this program.
Derek Lambert now in there at a wide receiver spot, wearing number 80. Second down and 3 for the Wolverines. Play clock now down under 10 seconds. Fake to Jones. Wiley downfield in a pass that'll fall just incomplete. Looking for Luke Shugitz, a wide receiver, and that pass falls incomplete.
Yeah, just making sure he kept that ball low to eliminate any chance of an interception.
So 3rd down and 3. .112 to play here, 3rd quarter. Wiley overlooks the Bearcat defense. Play clock down under 10 seconds. Now they're going to get a penalty on Grove City. Looks like someone might have.
Okay, yep.
Offense. Number 68. 5-yard penalty. Third down.
I get that on sophomore Gabe Hilty out of Gibsonia.
It is a 5-yard penalty, now 3rd and 8 for the Wolverines at the 32.
So back this up to 3rd down and 8. Single receiver right, trips to the left side. Jed Peters in there wearing 26 as a wide receiver. Wiley drops to throw, looks downfield. Barzak open. Barzak first down, and the drive will continue.
Yeah, Barzak able to find a nice little spot in that seam, come back for his quarterback. Nice ball thrown by Wiley. Barzak able to get a few yards after the catch and pick up the first down.
First down, Grove City.
Barzak, the senior out of Cochranton. Going to put 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left side. Now they'll bring Barzak from slot right into the backfield. Play clock under 15 seconds. Wiley takes the snap. He'll hand the football off. That's Eli Jones, the running back.
Eli Jones on the run.
Another one of those unselfish players. Started his career as a quarterback,
Right.
moved to tailback, and has shown flashes the last couple of years.
Yeah, no question. Right. You know, just another one of these seniors that has done a wide array of things for this football program and has all contributed to the success.
We have come to the end of the 3rd quarter. After 3, it is Grove City 45 and the Saint Vincent Bearcats 7 as we celebrate Senior Day here, and we'll take a break, step aside, and come back with more after this on the Wolverine Sports Network.
Hey, wouldn't it be great if life came with a remote control? You know, you could hit pause when you needed to, or hit rewind. Like that time you knocked down that wasp's nest. Uh-oh. Or that time you forgot to roll up your windows in the car wash.
Fantastic.
Yeah, a remote control would have come in handy then. Well, life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome, but prediabetes does. With early diagnosis and a few healthy changes like managing your weight, getting active, stopping smoking, and eating healthier, you can stop prediabetes before it leads to type 2 diabetes. It's easy to learn your risk. Take the 1-minute test today at doihaveprediabetes.org. Life doesn't come with a remote control. Yikes! So you're on your own with the wasps. You have the power to take control of prediabetes. Visit doihaveprediabetes.org today. That's doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its prediabetes awareness partners.
Final 15 minutes put up on the scoreboard here this afternoon on its Senior Day for a group of 24 seniors playing their last regular season home game.
Yeah, certainly a lot of football yet to be played for this bunch, but yeah, always great to take a second and acknowledge the things that they have done here in their last home regular season game.
2nd down and 7. Wiley to throw. Pressure on as the 2 defenders for the Bearcats came clean through, and Wiley will be knocked down back at the 42-yard line.
Yeah, Tyler Harps, the strong safety, coming on that safety blitz.
3rd down and 15 for the Wolverines.
Wiley less than 1 second to throw a pass.
So it brings up 3rd down and 15. Wolverines 8 of 13 converting 3rd downs this afternoon.
Yeah, that's certainly been one of the stories of the game.
Trips to the left, single receiver to the right side. Wiley and Jones in the backfield. Wiley drops to throw, gonna take this shot one-on-one, downfield. Lambert kind of got tangled up and fell down, and the pass falls incomplete, and it's 4th down.
Yeah, good coverage down there by Patrick Conley, but more, kind of I guess, poignant to the story was the receiver just kind of got spun around and ball will fall harmlessly to the turf.
Brady Lane will punt for just the second time here this afternoon. O'Brien back to return. Lane gets away high, spiraling kick. O'Brien drifting back inside the 10 to make the fair catch. And that ball, when it got up in the air, just took off.
Yeah, it just kind of took off. You're right. Caught a jet stream, I guess. And so great job again by the Grove City punt unit and punter Brady Lane.
So 14:05 to play here in this fourth quarter. And the Bearcats offense back out on the field. Jake Phillips has gone all the way at the quarterback spot. On a touchdown, but intercepted twice this afternoon. Got to give the ball to Walker, and he is hit almost immediately after getting the handoff.
Yeah, he just tried to make that little cut back there. Yeah, Brock Belmont, another one of those seniors, got in there and made a big play.
Belmont 5'11", 205 out of Elizabethtown, Pennsylvania. Second down and 12 for the Bearcats. Phillips to throw. Flipped it outside to his receiver as he faced pressure up the middle. And too tall for the 5'9", Tristan Doy. And it brings up 3rd and 12.
Yeah. Yeah, and again, this Grove City defense has just made it not fun, right, for the Saint Vincent offense since that first quarter.
The defense the Wolverines have played, Chris, over the last almost 8 quarters now.
Just lights out, right? I mean, they've just taken both the Westminster and now the Saint Vincent offenses out of everything that they are trying to do.
That freshman Aiden Kitts in there from Racinos Valley, New Jersey. Phillips pass almost intercepted. In and out of the hands of Nick Heltzel, and incomplete.
Yeah. And Nick Heltzel almost got a touchdown on senior night, or senior day. He had the great angle, jumped the route.
So Epps again back to return this punt from Labuda. Had a busy day as he'll stand at the back of his end zone.
You can see Epps kind of looking up at the sun, putting the hand up as a visor here. Right into the sun.
7th punt of the day for Labuda. Just gets this one away quickly. Epps from the 40 made the first man miss. 35-30, 25-yard line. Cameron Epps explosive with the football in his hand.
Yeah, got some shake there, doesn't he, Epps? And nice little cutback. Decided to made the first man miss. Got into the middle.
So, 1st and 10 from the 25-yard line. Wolverines have run 62 plays for 302 yards. Single receiver will go to the left side. Wiley, the senior, calling out the signals. Christian Royer in there at the tailback spot, gets the carry. Senior out of Warwick High School.
Christian Royer on the run for Grove City.
Sounds like he's got a good contingent of family in the stands for senior day.
Yeah, nice little cutback, picked up a couple of yards after the initial contact.
2nd down and 3.
Put a receiver out wide to the right side. Royer remains the tailback. Wiley running the play clock down to 10 seconds. Royer going to get the handoff, bouncing it left, now cutting it back right. And he's inside the 10. It's 1st and goal for the Wolverines.
Yes.
Royer on the run.
Yeah, Royer
Done by Garn.
following that left side of the offensive line again. Bounced out, broke a tackle.
9 to the 9. First down, Grove City. 1st and goal at the 9.
Caden Spencer, a freshman out of Knock, in there out of wide receiver spot.
Yeah.
Wearing number 6. Royer remains the tailback. Lambert is the receiver to the right side. Wiley going to give it to Royer. Again, cutting left. Looking for the end zone. Flag on the play as Royer is into the end zone for the touchdown.
Yeah, looks like there's going to be a flag.
Holding. Offense number 6. 10 yards to the spot of the foul. Be first down.
That is just the 5th accepted penalty.
Yeah.
The penalty marked off at the spot. Gain of 6. First and goal at the 13 for Grove City.
So 1st and goal, Grove City from the 13. Wiley gets the play. He'll sprint it in. Play clock at 15 seconds. Royer remains the tailback. Lambert, receiver to the right side. Wiley to throw. Looking for Lambert. Firing pass. Caught. Touchdown. Derek Lambert on senior day. And the senior has a touchdown.
Yeah, Derek Lambert out there made that little out route. Nice pass by Wiley, and senior to senior on senior day. Another Wolverine touchdown.
You could just see how much that meant to him,
yeah,
how much that meant to the team as they sprinted over to celebrate with the senior.
Yeah. Lambert doing a great job. Again, another one of those multi-role guys here, right, for this Wolverine football program.
Devin Thomas, the junior out of Blackhawk, on for the extra point. High snap, Penna gets it down. Lambert's extra point on the way, and good.
Yeah.
11:28 to play here in the 4th quarter, and Grove City has put up 52 this afternoon. They lead Saint Vincent 52-7. We'll step aside for a quick break and be back with more on the Wolverine Sports Network.
The impact of a meal goes well beyond feeding our bodies, because feeling full can sound like this.
How did the interview go? I did it! I got the job! I can't believe it!
And like this.
Mom, I got first place at the science fair with my volcano project.
That's amazing, sweetie. Congratulations.
Because when people are fed, futures are nourished, and everyone deserves to live a full life. Join the movement to end hunger at feedingamerica.org/actnow. Brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
Chris, it's catches like that for Derek Lambert, who has snapped the last 2 years.
Yeah.
In a situation like this, it makes your senior day special.
Yeah, it really does. Right, again, you see a lot of seniors. Christian Royer getting into the end zone. It was called back by a hold, but then the other senior getting the touchdown reception there, Derek Lambert.
Lane's kick into the end zone going to be brought back out by the Bearcats. And all the way out near the 25-yard line.
Walker on the return, brought down by Franco.
Julian Walker's been busy returning kicks.
Yeah, no doubt about it.
Walking about. Number 24, other return to 10 yards from the end of the run. First down, Saint Vincent.
So they get Matthew Davis for the illegal block, and this is going to put the football inside the 15 at about the 13-yard line.
First down and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Chris, on the PAC scoreboard, late 3rd quarter, Teal 34 and Hiram 20.
Wow.
4th quarter, Westminster 50 and Allegheny 21, and Waynesburg leading Bethany in the 3rd quarter 35-6. Stevie Orsler now in there at the quarterback spot. He's going to be slide down for a very short.
Stevie Orsler on the run. Brought down by number 2, Nick Heltzel.
Yeah, Nick Heltzel. A nice tackle there. Shaking up a little bit. Looks like he's going to be all right, though.
Ousler, 6 foot, 176, Prince Frederick, Maryland.
See Andrew Masella, the senior from Slippery Rock, checking in there at the linebacker spot as well.
2nd and 9 for the Bearcats. 10:40 to play, fourth quarter. Ousler takes the snap, looking to throw, fires that pass out. Going to be caught and then immediately driven back as the Wolverine defender there to make the play. That's Johnny Ruggles, the junior out of Austintown Fitch.
Yeah, Ruggles right there. No yards after catch.
4-yard gain to the 19.
His alma mater received a first-round bye, something new on the Ohio side of things for the playoffs. So play round 2 next Friday night. So 3rd down and 5 for the Bearcats. Ousler back to throw, turns the ball over, pressured backside. Pass pops off the hands of the receiver and is intercepted by the Grove City secondary.
Is that Brock Batch?
Pass intercepted by number 11, Brock Batchy.
So Batchy.
Batchy, the junior, out there in a linebacker spot, comes up with the interception.
Yeah, Andrew Masella, all kinds of pressure on the linebacker blitz. Made the quarterback throw it quicker than he wanted to, and Batchy intercepting that pass. So a great job by a couple of Grove City Wolverine linebackers, Masella and Batchy.
So Sutton Ellis now in there at the quarterback spot. The tailback is Eli Jones. Jones going to get the handoff, running up the middle, breaking free, inside the 10, cuts to the outside 5, touchdown. Eli Jones, the senior, another one, finds the end zone on this senior day celebration.
Yes, Eli Jones bouncing it to the outside, reversed his field, and then just out-sprinted everyone into the end zone. Eli Jones, the senior, with another Wolverine touchdown.
6'2", 225 out of Trenton Edgewood High School in Liberty Township, Ohio. Devin Thomas will come on to attempt the extra point. Sam Penna is going to do the holding. And the extra point by Thomas is up and good.
The kick is good. Your score, Grove City 59, Saint
And with
Vincent 7.
just under 10 minutes to play in this ball game, the Wolverines have put up 59 and have had a chance to let a lot of these seniors that contribute in ways that aren't always seen on Saturday afternoons.
Yes.
To celebrate on senior day on the field with some big performances.
No question about that. Yeah, well said by you. That's exactly what's been going on here. Is and these guys are, they think about the hours of practice and the hours of improvement through those practices that these guys have been able to have, and that the depth on this team is incredible. It's stunning, and we're seeing a lot of that today here. Is these guys aren't just numbers on the depth chart. They can play. The starters are great players, and they're just a tick behind, and they've gone in there and played very well.
Lane to kick off.
So Lane will kick. Walker back deep near his own goal line. It's a line drive kick. Walker right at the goal line. Across the 5, 10, 15. Cuts back and dives down near the 20-yard line. And Lane's gonna need to ice down that leg after the amount of kicking he's had to do today.
Yeah, no question. He's been very busy, but he's been very good.
You know, we've seen Lambert score a touchdown. We've seen Jones score a touchdown. And the thing that's enjoyable to watch is the reaction by their teammates after they score.
Right. They understand what that means to them, and it means, you know, by extension, you know, means that same thing to all of them.
Stevie Orsler, the junior quarterback, has a 1st down and 10. And they're going to run the ball on 1st down into a pile of Grove City defenders. Going to pick up a couple yards. It's 2nd down and 8. I'll get you some more of the names that have been checking in on both sides of the football. See Zach Weaver, a senior safety from Lock Haven Central Mountain High School, wearing number 14. Seen a few Wolverines over the years from Central Mountain.
Yeah.
2nd down and 7. And that front playing exceptionally well defensively for the Wolverines. We mentioned Brock Belmont earlier finding his way into the backfield. So this will bring up a 3rd and 8. Play clock now rolling under 20 seconds. Game clock approaching 8 minutes. Bearcats facing a 3rd down and 8. One receiver to the right, 2 to the left side, wing to the left. Play clock down to 4. Back to throw. Backside pressure, taking a shot downfield, and that's incomplete. Covered well downfield by the Wolverines secondary, and it's going to bring up 4th down.
Yeah, once again, good pressure by the Wolverine linebacking core.
Jacob Pickett, the attendant receiver out of Swickley.
Yeah, Masella and Belmont all over the St. Vincent quarterback there, as he had to kind of let go of that thing maybe before the receiver could kind of finished off the route.
So Labuda will punt. Cameron Epps back to return this kick, standing around his own 40. Play clock under 10 seconds. Labuda spiraling kick. Epps back at about his 38, across the 40, 45, 50, inside the 45, and down near the 43-yard line for Cameron Epps.
Yeah. Epps, yeah, you know, becoming a heck of a weapon for this Grove City special teams unit, huh?
No hesitation whatsoever.
No.
Takes the football right upfield.
Oh yeah, there's a fearlessness element to playing that position, and Epps has it.
So 1st and 10 for the Wolverines. We'll put one receiver to the left, one to the right side. Gonna run it on 1st down. That's Christian Royer on the carry.
That Mike Holloman in at quarterback, the 6'5", 210-pound freshman.
Princeton, New Jersey, where he makes his home.
Okay. There's a school there, isn't there?
I believe there is. There's an okay university there. 2 receivers to the left. Now they'll put him in motion, bring him in close to the line of scrimmage. Gonna give the ball to Royer. And Royer continuing to push the pile, drive the pile, 1st down and more. Down to about the 31-yard line.
Like the Australian rules football there for a while, pushing Royer beyond the yard to gain for the 1st down.
Donovan Simons, a freshman wide receiver, wearing number 86 into the game. Allman overlooks the defense, gives the ball to Royer. This time hit that line by the Bearcats, but was able to push the ball across the 30 and down to the 29-yard line for a gain of a couple.
Had Jarrett Garn in on the tackle there.
Lucas Lohman, number 42 out of Chambersburg, playing some fullback. Holloman running that play clock down now under 15 seconds. High snap, bats it to himself, picks the football up and is able to dive forward. Going to gain himself about a yard and bring up third down.
Yeah, Holloman able to kind of make something out of nothing there.
Holloman on the run. Third gain, 3rd and 7 at the 28.
So 3rd down and 7, under 5.5 minutes to play here in the 4th quarter. Receivers right and left. They give the ball to Royer. And Royer down to about the 26-yard line, sets up 4th down. Wolverines, Chris, 3 of 4 converting 4th downs, all of those in the first half.
Right, yeah, those were all kind of game changers too, right?
Mark Rapson, number 29, in a wide receiver spot. He will go slot to the right side. Twins to each side. Royer, the tailback. Holloman to throw. Fires downfield and in out of the hands of the intended receiver and incomplete. And the Bearcats will take over on downs with 4.5 minutes to play.
Yeah, Holloman dropping the snap still, but still able to gather it together and make the pass. Just a little bit behind the receiver there. And Bearcats will take over here with 4:33 to go in this football game. Grove City in command, 59-7.
Grove City, Case Western for a 1 o'clock kick up in Cleveland next Saturday.
It's a big one. I mean, that's, you gotta go one game at a time. You gotta put equal importance on all of them. But certainly that's one that's been circled on the calendar for a while.
Gonna throw it on 1st down, and the pass is going to be complete to about the 32-yard line.
Arsenal's pass complete to Work. Gain of 6 to the 32. 2nd down and 4 for Saint Vincent.
They pick up 6 yards. It brings up a 2nd down and 4. Orsler, single tailback with him in the backfield. It's Matthew Davis, the sophomore. Gives the ball to Davis, running to the short side of the field. Turns the corner, has the 1st down, took a big hit, and was able to continue running for a couple extra yards.
Josh Carr, the cornerback there, laying the boom on him, but still not enough to stop him from getting a 1st down.
So they'll pick up 7, and that'll be enough for a 1st down. Chris, we talk about Grove City converting 3rd downs 8 of 15, holding the Bearcats to 4 of 14.
Yeah, I mean, that's certainly the one of the poignant stats of the game there.
Orsler takes the snap, fires the pass downfield. That's going to be caught across midfield and down to about the 41-yard line.
Yeah, Ausler, all kinds of pressure again from the Grove City linebacking core, but able to get it out to Paul Work, and Work able to pick up some yardage after the catch.
So single receiver to the right. We're going to go with trips to the left side. Ausler, the quarterback. Davis is the running back. Ausler going to throw it downfield, and a sliding grab in front of the coverage. Going to be made by Ian Tufts, the sophomore.
Tufts went down.
2nd down for Saint Vincent.
Putting his body under the ball, make the catch.
Bearcats letting the clock roll down as we are approaching the 2-minute timeout. And they will let it roll to the 2-minute timeout. 2 minutes left in the fourth quarter on Senior Day. And Grove City with a 59-7 lead. We'll step aside for a break and be back on the Wolverine Sports Network.
Ken Frenchak here from the Valvoline Express Care and Car Wash of Grove City. Fall. Leaves are changing. Why not get a jump start on the season and get the oil changed in your vehicle? We have your grade of Valvoline oil regardless of your gas or diesel engine. We stock most air filters and windshield wiper blades. So don't forget, we offer 2 automatic car washes along with 2 self-serve bays. Stop by to have your car run and look great. You can go anywhere for an oil change, but you come to us for the experience.
Valvoline Express Care and Car Wash of Grove City. Drive in, drive out, it's that easy.
Back to Robert E. Thorn Field, 2 minutes to play in the fourth quarter. Bearcats put 2 receivers to the right. Ausler going to drop the throw, feeling the pressure, lofts one up that is off the intended targets and incomplete. And we'll bring up a 3rd down and 3 for St. Vincent.
Yes, Stephen Fellows, all kinds of pressure. Came on the blitz there, so.
We've seen a little more blitzing from the safeties this season than we've had over years past.
No question, right? And certainly in the last couple of games, these past 2 home games, it's created some havoc for the opposing offenses.
So 3rd down and 3 for the Bearcats. 2 receivers to the right and 1 to the left. They're going to turn and run the football. Give it to Matthew Davis. And Davis is going to have just enough for a St. Vincent 1st down.
Davis on the run, brought down by Gornitz and Fellows. Being a 4 to the 30, 1st down St. Vincent. 1st and 10 to Grove City 30.
Try and get you caught up one more time on the action around the PAC. Fourth quarter just about to begin at Hiram and Teal with a 41-20 lead.
Good for the Tomcats.
Horsler going to give it to Davis again. And Davis falls across the 25 down to the 23-yard line. Westminster 57, Allegheny 21. That's under 2 minutes to play in the fourth quarter. Waynesburg, a 42-13 lead over Bethany at Bethany. And of course tonight, 6:05, Case Western Reserve at Washington and Jefferson.
Yeah. Certainly keeping half an eye on that one.
See, I know what I'll be watching tonight. 2nd down and 4 for the Bearcats. 2 receivers right, 1 to the left. Hausler to throw. Time, looks middle, pass caught. It'll be 1st and goal, Bearcats at the 5-yard line. That's Paul Work again on the reception.
St. Vincent, 1st yard timeout.
So St. Vincent going to take a timeout with 31 seconds to go here in the fourth quarter. They will have the football at the Grove City 6-yard line on an afternoon where so many Wolverines got an opportunity to see action today. And you talk about being happy for the seniors, but a day like this, not only are you happy for the seniors, but when you get a chance, if it's a play or 10 plays, when you get a chance to see the field, it kind of re-energizes everyone.
No question about it. Right. Yeah, this has just been, obviously you don't have a control over a lot of these things, right? But, the schedule, whatever, for the last home game of the year. But today has been kind of a perfect senior day, right? I mean, just the way things went and everything like that.
1st and goal from the 6-yard line for the Bearcats. Takes the snap, looks to throw, and that pass is going to be caught for a Bearcat touchdown with 27 seconds to play here in the football game.
Arsenal's pass complete to Work. 6-yard completion.
Yeah, Paul Work has come in and done some good work, right? The freshman from Carleton.
I was just waiting to see how long it was going to take.
Yeah, had to be shrewd about that moment, but yeah, he definitely has, played really well from that wide receiver spot.
6 foot 170, senior out of Carnegie. I believe the Bearcats might be at least one short.
I'll refrain from any Industrial Revolution history lessons since we've mentioned Carnegie.
And now with some confusion for the Bearcats, they're going to have to use another timeout as just had some confusion of who was supposed to be out there and who was not.
Right. I mean, 27 seconds to go in this football game. So what do you? That's fine. Use them, right? You have them. You might as well use them.
So the Wolverines will enjoy this one, Chris, but it won't be long before focus turns to the Spartans for next Saturday.
Yeah, no question. Get to, I'm sure the coaching staff will get to watch that one, a little bit live after the senior day banquet and events are over here, and then check that one out and do some deep work there and get ready for that one. And, again, all kinds of things still open for this Wolverine football team. As far as conference championships, NCAA tournament bids, all of that still in play.
So the Bearcats will come on for the extra point. And Amy's extra point is up, and it is good. He remains perfect on the season for the Bearcats, an extra point attempts. So we'll have 27 seconds to play, and you said everything's still in front of this football team.
Yeah, no question, right? Got to go take care of business back-to-back weeks in Ohio. Of course, the first one and the big one is against another team that still has aspirations, Case Western. They have their kind of big one tonight against W&J. Still, the President's still undefeated in conference play, so.
They continue to put up big numbers offensively.
Yeah, they're really good.
And then you heard during the coaches show, the PAC report, quarterbacks set the completion percentage all-time record. What was it, like 96%, something like that?
27
maybe?
for 28 or something like that. So yeah, crazy. Yeah, so, I mean, he's good. We saw him, right? With that great wide receiving core they have, and.
So Penna and Epps are deep to return this. It's going to be Epps letting this one roll into the end zone for the touchback. Oh, we talked about Chris Downs coming into this football game with his, second in Division III in receiving yards, second in Division III for touchdowns. Yeah. Downs had 2 targets for 1 catch and 10 yards.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, it's just they did a great job. Obviously, Noah Wheeler, a lot of one-on-one coverage against him, and just did an awesome job.
Boy, Chris, Coach Vogt and the defensive staff have got to be excited about that.
Yeah.
You take one of the top players in Division III, and you virtually took him away.
Right, took him away. Took him out of the game. It's like holding somebody's leading scorer to 2 points or something, right?
So the Wolverines going to bring everyone, for the most part, in tight to take a knee.
Ethan Wiley takes a knee.
And Wiley takes the knee on senior day. And the final 20 seconds of this game will roll off the clock as the coaches meet near midfield. And the teams will do the exact same thing, and the winning streak is now at 5 for the Wolverines.
Yeah, again, off to that start this season, playing 3 nationally ranked teams, starting out 1-2. But since then, they have been rolling, and everything that you would want to have come together for this football team has here as we make the turn to the last couple of games of the year.
Final score this afternoon on Senior Day, Grove City 59 and Saint Vincent 14. With the loss, the Bearcats are now 2-6 and a 1-5. Grove City improves to 6-2 and 5-1 in the PAC, and have now, Chris, defeated St. Vincent 9 times in a row.
Yeah, again, St. Vincent, was the program that this Grove City team kind of got things going. And
Please drive home safely and have a great night.
So a big win for the Wolverines this afternoon. We will take a post-game break, and we will come back and we will wrap things up this afternoon from Robert E. Thorn Field here on the Wolverines Sports Network.
Hi, we're the Goo Goo Dolls. We're fortunate that we can give our daughters everything they need to grow and learn. But not every child can focus on classes and play dates.
Nearly 13 million kids in the U.S. face hunger. That's 1 in 6. School lunch might be their only meal each day, and it's heartbreaking to imagine any child going to bed hungry. We're dreaming of a perfect day when kids can smile, play, and just be kids without worrying about where their next meal will come from. Feeding America is working to make that perfect day a reality.
Each year, the Feeding America network of food banks rescues billions of pounds of good food that would have gone to waste. That food is given to families and children in need. Being a kid should be about doing things that make an ordinary day extraordinary. Learning to play an instrument, building a sandcastle, hosting tea parties. Hunger should never be an obstacle to growing up.
You can help end childhood hunger in your community by visiting feedingamerica.org.
Brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
Hi, I'm Smokey Bear, and I made an assistant to help you out, because only you can prevent wildfires.
Hey, Assistant Smokey Bear. Call me Papa Bear, because I'm grilling up dinner. Do you get it?
Yes, good job.
So, what should I do with all these coals?
Don't just toss them out. Put them in a metal container because those embers can start a wildfire.
I understand. The stakes are high.
Ha, 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 ha.
Learn more at SmokeyBear.com.
Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council.
The possibility of lung cancer can be pretty scary, especially if you're one of approximately 8 million current or former smokers at high risk. That's why SaveByTheScan.org wants you to know that now there's a breakthrough low-dose CT scan that can detect lung cancer early, and it only takes 60 seconds. You stop smoking, now start screening. For an easy quiz to see if you're eligible, visit SaveByTheScan.org. It could save your life. SaveByTheScan.org is brought to you by the American Lung Association's Lung Force Initiative and the Ad Council.
Well, Chris, not one but two seniors leading the band. Off to our left.
Yeah. Derek Lambert in the middle there. He helped the cheerleaders out, and then he scored a touchdown, and now he's helping the band out.
Yeah, he's done a little bit of everything here this afternoon.
Yeah, just Ryan Briggs is telling us he's a music ed major, so maybe looking at his future career. Yeah, so.
Yeah, looking at some of the final numbers here this afternoon. Wiley today, 14 of 26 through the air, 189 yards, 2 touchdowns. He was sacked 1 time. Holloman got in there, was 0 of 1 throwing the football. Chase Rankin carried it 20 times for 87 yards and a touchdown. Royer carried it 7 for 38. Ian Demiri on senior day, Chris, 14 carries, 39 yards, and 4 touchdowns.
4 touchdowns, yeah, just certainly a great day collectively for all of the Grove City Wolverine running backs, but Demiri, a banner day with the 4 touchdowns.
You add it all up, and Grove City rushing for 186 yards this afternoon, 74 plays for 375 yards today.
Yeah, and again, it seemed like you said that they were averaging around 3 yards a play. And from that moment forward, all of a sudden that average went up almost every play. And, it ended up a day where we were talking about St. Vincent's defense playing well and all of that. But Grove City's offense just kind of able to wear them down and keep them on the field for so long that fatigue became a factor, and the Grove City offense really started to turn it off.
And 3 numbers that really stand out. Grove City, 8 of 15 converting third downs, 3 of 5 on 4th down.
Yeah.
And then they hold St. Vincent to 4 of 14 converting 3rd downs.
Right. So in other words, St. Vincent not able to keep Grove City's offense off the field, and Grove City's offense able to keep St. Vincent's defense on the field. And, again, as the game went along, it was close for a while. Very competitive game for most of the first half. But eventually, though, that statistic right there that you highlighted was really able to be the separator. Grove City got some scores and was really able to take control of the game.
And, before we wrap things up here this afternoon, Chris, we absolutely want to wish both the men's and women's soccer teams who have the #1 seed in the upcoming PAC tournament best of luck.
Yeah, no question about it. Again, just a great fall so far for all of the Grove City sports teams. And, yeah, those soccer teams, the #1 seeds, and wish them luck, and certainly love to see that.
That is going to do it for us this afternoon. Again, as always, big thank you for the information from Sports Information Director Ryan Briggs and his great staff. They do a lot to help us, and we appreciate what they do.
No question, right. All completely, sort of behind the scenes, but right, they help Ryan out, and then Ryan helps us out through them, and they do such a great job, and they're certainly learning the business from the best, and we appreciate all of their efforts and all their help.
That is going to do it for us this afternoon. It's a Wolverine winner this afternoon on Senior Day by a final score of 59-14. For Ryan Briggs and Chris Birch, my name is Mark Means. You have been listening to the Wolverine Sports Network.
Thank you for tuning into the Wolverine Sports Network. We'll talk to you next time on the home of the Wolverines.